What's good? What's good, everybody? Wick made 912 back in your area. Let's get a sound check. Sound check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. How everybody doing? Salute Miss J. Salute Silverback King. Salute Chocolate Candy Lady. Salute Annie Johnson. Halima, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. We just need a couple of minutes. Just a couple of minutes. Just try to give everybody a fair chance to get in here. We about to get into it. We're about to do some political talk tonight. I wasn't gonna get into no political talk, man. I've been staying away from the political talk ever since my channel got flagged one time when I gave my opinion about how the election went. So I've been kind of staying away from political a little bit, but hey, I know what to stay away from now. So I'm gonna be careful with my words and what I gotta go through. But we're gonna get into some Tucker Carlson. Earlier today, I was listening to the homie Kwame's live, and I was in the chat, and Kwame said, I would like to hear your view on this Tucker Carlson thing. So I was like, all right, I wasn't gonna go live tonight, but he gave me an idea of some content. So I figured I'd give my take on Tucker Carlson, Fox News, January 6th, and the way a lot of things are just looking from my perspective. My perspective ain't gonna always be the perspective that people gonna love. I'm not gonna say everything that you want to hear. A lot of my political stances are different from Kwame's. I definitely know that. When it comes to this situation, though, I feel like this situation is kind of clean cut when it comes to Tucker Carlson. The reason I say that is because Tucker Carlson, I've been watching Fox News for a long time. And the problem I have with Fox News is they should be called Fox propaganda. They all like Trump, I don't like Tucker, I don't like nobody. I'm the same way. I don't like none of these women. And I ain't let none of them off the hook. Tucker, especially not no Tucker Carlson. Like, this guy here, he lied like Alex Jones. And I used to listen to Alex Jones. I used to, be like, hey, because a thing that a lot of people do, especially these big platforms and everything, they give you a little bit of truth and a whole bunch of lies. So if you hear a truth that you like, a lot of times you would justify the lie. It's like, that's what I noticed a lot about Fox News. They mix a lot of lies with a little bit of truth. So if you can agree on the truth, you might ignore the lies because as long as they align with what you like. And I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna go more into detail about it. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Y'all know I always bring my receipts, my evidence. I don't like to just talk. I like to make sure I can back up what I'm saying. So let's get into it. Give me like 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. So you think it's all news? Well, I mean, it just news. It can be news sometimes, you know. So I got 3 minutes. All right. I'm making it in 3 minutes. So y'all, all right, I'm back. I'm back. Y'all ain't gonna believe I was talking to myself for a second. I got a bad habit of forgetting to take my mic off mute. But anyway, we're gonna get into this Tucker Carlson situation. I put two questions into the chat. I put a poll up. Do you think Tucker Carlson is credible? Is the first question. And the second question is, do you think Fox News is news or propaganda? Now, propaganda is when you just tell people what, you use fear. You use their fear against them. You say what it is that, you think that people want to hear. You steer a narrative pretty much. News is just telling you what's going on without any kind of add-on, without any kind of opinion. Just tell you what happened, the facts. Lay it out for you. Say he does a lot of race baiting. I think all the news stations do a lot of race baiting, just like all the way to our sports news. It's just nothing but race baiting. It plays on people's fears. Now, let me get into it. Let me pull this. I'm gonna pull up the point that I believe Kwame was making earlier today, because I want to respond to some of his video also. Kind of feel like everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I didn't quite agree with the point that Tommy was making earlier. It shouldn't be nothing wrong with that. Because I feel like the narrative that Tucker Carlson put out there was what Trump would call fake news. It's what Trump would call fake news. So let's see what Kwame said earlier today, and I'm gonna go from there. Fair use, Kwame. Don't be goddamn flagging me and shit. Goddamn, we ain't got the same people. Damn. of this live was Tucker Carlson released his 40,000 hours of missing tape from January 6th. So that's the title. Last night, Tucker Carlson, well, for the last couple of days, Tucker Carlson has been um, pushing a narrative of 40,000 hours of footage that has been released. Now, I'm going to give y'all more details on that, you know, facts, and my opinion. You know, nothing wrong with my opinion, but I'm going to give you the facts also. Documented facts. Okay? So, Tucker Carlson says he was given by the GOP, Mitch McConnell, 40 hours of video surveillance footage of the January 6th resurrection. Now, this is supposed to be unseen footage. It's not that it was hidden. It's that you're gonna have a real hard time going through 40,000 hours of footage. Let's start there. 40, yeah, think about this, y'all. 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. Somebody pull out your calculator. How many days is 40,000 hours of footage? How many days of footage would that be? Another thing there is to think about. If there's 40,000 hours of footage, how many cameras is that counting? How many angles? Is it showing you the camera in the basement? Is it showing you the camera on top of the roof? Is it showing you the yard camera, the gate camera? Is this accumulated all the cameras that was on the premises? I'm thinking yes. I ain't the smartest guy in the world. So if you got 40,000 hours of footage, you're pretty much seeing every single thing that happened on that property. Now, we can say that it wasn't released, or we can tell you that certain parts were released. There's parts of it that wasn't released that actually make these people look worse than they are. They didn't release the part where all the where all the people were hiding at. We didn't see how scared they was. We didn't see the footage of from the angle of above the on top of the building. The camera's just showing everything that happened. That's pretty much what it's saying. But a person like Carlson Tucker will try to make you see something that's not there. He'll make you see people running for their life, getting their ass whooped, and tell you, oh, this ain't that bad. There were people just looking around and trying to find, just taking a tour of the place. That's what he said. He didn't mention the chance of, let's hang Mike Pence. It was only a couple bad people there. But fair use. I want to listen to what the homie had to say about it, and then I'm going to go about, what I had.
Video from Tucker Carlson. Because why was this, the fact that it was withheld from the public is the problem to me. Why are you withholding information from the public? To me, that shouldn't be allowed. All the information is the freedom of the press. All information, just like they can go look up public stuff about any other YouTuber or anybody else, this stuff should not be redacted. It should not be hidden. It should not.
Now, see, there's a point right there from the beginning. The information was not withheld. You just have to go and apply to get the information. The Freedom of Information Act. There was plenty of footage out there, but if you're going to put out footage, the footage you're going to put out is the footage that is relevant to a crime. You're not going to just put footage out of a person walking down the hall that's not doing anything. You're going to put actually people that's out there doing things that they shouldn't do, in my opinion.
be out of plain sight for anyone who wants to view it. It should not be released 26 months later to where now we have to go back and say, oh, okay, 26 months ago this happened. And so for those of you that can't call things down the middle, I understand why.
Yeah, Helena, none of it was unseen. It's just that it was so much of the shit. Some of it, you just like, all right, I'm tired of seeing this shit. It just got to the point where sometimes you're like, man, I'm tired of seeing this shit. There was so much coming out. What can you say was seen and unseen? What can you say that was seen and unseen?
If you have a son or a daughter and they have the same behaviors as somebody else, and it's unbecoming of a young man or a young woman, you might want to say, oh, not my baby, not my boy, not my daughter. But no, you gotta call out that behavior in order to correct it. Happy early birthday, dude. Appreciate it, guy. Appreciate it. Greedy cookies. But yeah, man, you got.
Oh yeah, happy early birthday to Kwame also. He gonna be turning up later.
You gotta call things out because it's the right thing to do, not because it makes your group look good. We don't have people doing what's right really no more.
Now that I do agree with, but I don't think that's what's happening a lot of the time, especially when it's coming from these political parties, especially from the right wing party. They're not gonna never call out the bad behavior of their party. Now they'll definitely call it out on the other party. They ain't got no problem with that. But nobody wants to call out the bad behavior of Trump. We want to act like everything he's doing is he just talking. He's still gonna, do what we need him to do. Nah, we gotta set an example. We can't be led by people that don't take our Constitution seriously. So 1,666 days, 4,000 hours divided by 24 hours would be 1,666 days of footage that they would have. Now, how can you have that of unseen footage? Now, the only other option would be when it's saying they got 40,000 hours, that means the accumulated hours of all of the security cameras that they have. So they probably will obviously have about 1,666 cameras on that premises, which sounds about right. This is supposed to be the most secure place, one of the most secure places in the country. I mean, it's the Congress building. This is where all the laws are made, where all the senators all over the country come. So you got 1,600 cameras that had all of the footage from every single angle, every single point. So when they say 40,000 hours, you gotta be like people that people gotta use their brain here now. You gotta use your brain here.
Because doing what's right is gonna put you on the wrong side of your damn business. What's up, bro? This is for educational purposes.
They're familiar because they've been playing on a loop on every haven't seen. That video tells the public.
Because we gotta give comment.
Now, I'm gonna go over that same video, so I'm not really gonna play the video that he's playing because I want to go over that video and look at it in the purity of myself. I know Kwame had kind of mentioned me or whatever, where he was saying he wanted to get my perspective, so I kind of want to go by what he was saying first, and I'm gonna get into my perspective, my proof, my layout. Y'all know how I do, so y'all be patient.
I'm gonna say, but 40,000 hours. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit because Tucker talk fast already. But
I think you can get a copy of those 40,000 hours by tapping into the Freedom of Information Act. Hey, I can't tell you all of that, but I'm pretty sure Google can help you out with getting a hold of those 40,000 hours. I mean, you're gonna have to have a lot of hard drive space. You're gonna need something that's gonna be able to download all of that, but I think it's possible. Salute, Will Allen.
40,000 hours. Why would anybody in their right mind think that you have all the information if 40,000 hours of something is missing?
Now, I'm going to answer that. Now, we can't have all the information, not all the information, but the information that we do have is all of these damn people storming into a Congress meeting. They were having the Congress meeting because a certain political figure, a certain president, was running around talking about the election was stolen. He was challenging the integrity of the American democracy to the point where Fox News were also banging on the tambourine that the election was stolen. We have to start at the source. The reason that these people are here is because there was a rally right down the street where a guy, well, two guys actually, because Rudy Giuliani got his silly ass up there too, incited that the people should go down there to Capitol Hill while they're having this Capitol Hill meeting about the election results, to go disturb the Congress meeting of the election result because he did not want to lose the election. The people that are supposed to be diehard Trump fans, because that's all of this is. It ain't no people in here talking about they voting for Biden or goddamn Bernie Sanders or no shit like that in here. These are all people who support the person that told them to bring their ass down there. Let's remember that. All of these people are in here right now. This is after someone just got shot. We forget about the person that lost their life between this mayhem. We forget about all the people who had to have their life in danger because of this mayhem.
How in the world can you make an educated decision on what you see if 40,000 hours? How? Why would they think that's okay to have 40,000 hours missing of anything? And this thing is a little bit dark when I'm not. Hold on, let me tell you.
It's an insurrection. In fact, controlling the images you were allowed to view from January 6th, they controlled how the public understood that day. They could lie about what happened in the party and watch the full video.
That's supposed to be secure. That's supposed to be one of the secure buildings. You get real nervous when you read a report, especially Trump is a problem. This guy's jumping right through the window. You never seen nothing like this outside of a movie. I think I seen this on Olympus Has Fallen, or one of them doggone presidential movies.
I remember Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah, somebody says all the game. That's like 54 months, isn't it? Man,
yeah, even somebody sitting in the chat.
As an American citizen who like fair and honesty, you cannot feel like somebody's getting a fair shake. Imagine you going to trial and somebody say, nope, we're going to withhold every page that makes like we help like the worst guy in the world. So how in the world if this guy is so bad? If you're gonna, it's like 9 cops around this guy in one of these videos. Why didn't they choke this guy out and take him out of the room?
That's the point right there. We watch white privilege. We watch something that was strange. And that's why they're questioning Trump ass so much. Because how did this dude come in here and have so much privilege? My black ass couldn't have walked in there with no damn paint on my face and no flag and all that, talking all reckless, and they just let me come in and do whatever. Who did he have a cosign from? So we all know you had to have a cosign.
Watch it.
Possibly thousands over the course of about 2 hours.
Now, this is what you have to see here. This is not a peaceful protest.
The crowd was enormous. A small percentage of them were
a small percentage
committed vandalism in their picture.
And you see what Tucker did not do? Tucker didn't say this was just a peaceful thing. No. But a small percentage of them were hooligans.
And that's where we disagree at. Because it was more, that's downplaying what was really going on. This is not no fucking small percentage. And we're going to get into more footage, y'all. Because, see, Tucker Carlson had a selective footage that he wanted to show. I thought it was 40,000 hours worth of footage out there. If there's 40,000 hours worth of footage out there, why is it that Tucker Carlson still only showing the footage that we've been seeing? He'll show a couple of people that are walking around. He showed the same people walking across past the police. Have we been seeing the man get escorted in there by the police? Hell, we even seen a police officer at the back door letting motherfuckers in. We seen a congressman slip out the back door. We seen all kind of footage. I mean, 40,000 hours, we seen some of everything. But they want to make it act like there's 40,000 hours that wasn't seen by nobody. And that's totally misleading.
Called them out right away. A small percentage of this group. Look how large this group is, by the way. Look how large of a crowd that is.
And I agree. Look how large of a crowd that is. And you're telling me a small percentage? So a small percentage is what? 100, 200 out of 1,000? That's still enough to do a lot of damage. Tell those people that was in the fears for their life. It's a small percentage of people out there that want to bust your goddamn head. It's only a small percentage of them out there. That small percentage of people, somebody got killed. From a small percentage of people, somebody lost their life.
All of these people didn't get into the building. All these people didn't get into the Capitol building. There was a small percentage of people. Some of the people who got in the Capitol building acted valiantly. Other people that got in the Capitol building did not.
Every person that went in there that was not supposed to be in there was breaking the law. You don't go into the Congress while they're in session. You go in here on fucking on the day that is the tourist day. Yeah, that's the days you go in there, the tourism and all that. You don't go in there while they in Congress going over election fraud.
So what's this? Look at all those people, and look at some of these people are hitting the windows, breaking down the door, which is wrong. It's flat out wrong. Ain't nobody gonna try to deny that. This is wrong. This is not peaceful at this point. It's wrong. Cars burning, busting in the police station, all that the other side do is wrong. You gotta call it out down the middle.
Only thing you can't call down the middle though is when the people do it in the street as far as this riot and all that stuff. They're doing it for social injustice. Not justifying it. And they don't have the commander-in-chief as their co-signer. That's the difference. Because the reason that the Coast Guard couldn't respond, the reason that the National Guard, the reason the National Guard couldn't respond like they did with those protesters that was sitting in that park having a peaceful protest, and all of them went and sprayed all the people so Donald Trump could come and take a photo. Why didn't they have those same Coast Guards come through and break up that situation? They were begging the president, the commander-in-chief, to do something about it. He did absolutely nothing. It is testified by people on his own side that when they were hollering, "Hang Mike Pence," he said he deserves it. Y'all know Ear's about to break this shit down, y'all. Y'all know that, right?
Again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful, they were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers.
Now, this is one of the most misleading things right here. They show a guy that decided to, okay, well, everybody else breaking in shit. He decided to go look at shit and go steal shit. He is in here stealing. He in here stealing. Yeah, he want to read some shit. Every hall ain't gonna be occupied with people breaking shit. There's some people walking around trying to get themselves into offices, trying to find paperwork. They ain't in there to break up shit and act a hooligan. They in there to fucking the pretty much grab what they can grab something of importance. You wouldn't be here if the chaos wasn't going on outside. Yeah, I mentioned the 9 guards that let him in. That's why I say that's part of the damn problem. That's how you know it was an inside job. But we all want to know why the hell these people were escorted in there.
We've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were.
I'm wondering when Tucker Carlson goes start showing some of this unseen footage. So we seen all this shit that he's showing. He telling us shit right in our face and thinking we supposed to be crazy enough to just believe him. When he gonna show some of this unseen footage that's gonna make us be like, wow, we ain't seen that. Oh, this changes the whole story. All he did is say it. All he did is say, I'm gonna show y'all something that's gonna change the whole perspective. And he showed all the same shit, just tell you a different fairy tale. The people released it. Even the Republicans said it. They released the footage so they could be transparent. But what happened is what you see on footage. Nothing different. Tucker Carlson didn't do nothing special. That's why his ass under fire right now, his lying ass. We about to get into that though.
Peaceful. They were
a big fella right here look like he just want a beer after this over with. He don't look like he's trying to bother nobody. He look like he just want a beer. He look like as soon as this over with, wait a cold beer. There's nobody else in there with them. They're just looking at stuff, looking at artifact, whatever they're looking at. They're not tearing up nothing. They ain't out there fighting. They just looking at stuff.
So you see 2 people that ain't breaking shit currently. We don't know what the fuck they did before or after. They just took a break from doing something unlawful. And they was caught on one of the damn 1,600 cameras in a hall where they were just going through public records. They were looking to see who signed what. But we can't let a motherfucker say, oh, well, see, everybody wasn't tearing up shit. We got 2 people here. Out of the thousands of people that was there, see, it was 2 people that wasn't beating people's asses and beating up police.
So far, Tucker's been right about looking at this video. Some people are hooligans, some people looking at stuff.
orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists. They were sightseers. Footage from...
They're sightseers, but look what he's doing. He's taking government records. Y'all see him tearing out pages? Watch him. But you let a lying motherfucker sit there and tell you a lie.
Right about looking at this video. Some people are hooligans. Some people looking at it.
Some people are thieves. Look at him stealing.
And meek.
Before he cut the, watch what he do before he's taking papers. You're telling me it's something in there so important that he had to rip out and take? What's so important in there? He's just a sightseer. Yo, they're just sightseers. Get the fuck out of here.
Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story you've heard about January 6th.
Now you hear him say the footage from inside the Capitol overturns the stories that you heard. Oh, I'm about to let y'all hear some stories. Oh, y'all just hang tight. We about to hear some stories. We about to see some unseen footage. Since they say they hiding all the unseen footage. Oh, we about to see some unseen footage, y'all. Y'all hold tight. Yes, got you.
Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile.
No, they're taking selfies to show that they done took over this damn thing. They done took over the Capitol building. These are not tourists. In nice, single, organized lines.
They're not destroying the Capitol.
He's saying they're not destroying the Capitol after they just broken the fucking door. Somebody just got shot, y'all. At this moment that he's talking about right here, somebody just lost their damn life. And he's talking about they're just walking in, they're being peaceful. Nah, I ain't say 5 police dying. I ain't never say that. I don't know where you get that from. I said a person died. I ain't say 5 police died.
Now, what would have been so bad about showing this part of it? What would have been so bad about? All right, hold on. Let me show you something. Get up out of here.
This is the part they did show. This is right after the person got shot, or right after they broke into the door.
Get you up out here. Anyway, what would be so bad about showing this part of it? People with cameras just walking in with pictures. What would be so bad showing this part?
Bruh, you gotta start researching some more information, bro. I gotta call you out on this part. This is not people just walking in with cameras taking pictures like tourists. They just broke in. Somebody just got shot. Officers just got beat with damn fire extinguishers just to get in. This is not, yeah, they been showing this picture. This ain't no new footage. Exactly. They don't tell how they were stealing all Nancy Pelosi's private documents and stuff out of her office. Government steal files. They all breaking the law right now. Every single one of them right now. If they put something on the door and say, hey, y'all cannot come in with the way y'all are acting, and you bring your ass in there anyway, this is not the American way. This is terrorism.
To show that, hey, anytime you gather in these large groups, regardless of whether you get a permit or not, these people got a permit to be here.
They got a permit to be their ass outside peacefully protesting, not to breaking them folks shit. They didn't get a permit to beat no officer's ass. They didn't get a permit to shoot nobody. They didn't get a permit to take no damn document. They didn't even get a permit to walk on the Congress floor to interrupt the election results review. A permit means sit y'all ass outside, do all the chanting you want to. Once y'all broke that barrier, this is not a small group of people no more. Every one of these people that's in here are breaking the law. Every single one of them, whether you got a camera in your hand or not. And that's just a fact. A fact is backed by evidence.
So it wasn't like this whole, they ran down there and they just stormed the building. They were giving a permit to be there. So, hold on. No Rico, KB? I don't know what you mean. I damn don't know Rico. Was they supposed to be in there? They definitely wasn't supposed to break in that door. On that day, I guess they were stopping them from going in there.
No. So
I'm sure they were okay to stay outside on that day.
No.
Am I certain that they were supposed to be inside? No, I don't know if they were supposed to be inside or not.
Gotta get the facts home, boy. They are having Congress. There's a session. There's Congress in session. People are not allowed to storm the floor while Congress is session. You can come in and sit in quietly, just like a courtroom. But you cannot come in there and just start beating down the door, chanting, wilding out, talking about the election stolen without sitting down and having a damn conversation. Bringing the facts, bringing the evidence. You can't not just come in there and just say whatever somebody told you down the road.
I don't know if because of the large crowd they told them you can't go in there, but yeah. So I don't want to speak out of turn on that. But this is an open building on a normal day. Each and every last one of us, before all of this happened, you can go into the Capitol building, take pictures, show your kids, whatever. It's a building that's for us. This is for the American people. This is not a locked building that we all are not supposed to be in.
This is a building for lawmakers. This is a building where they go and create laws, debate, things of that nature. Yes, you can come to visit in visiting hours. Just like the White House. They got certain hours you can come through. You can get you a tour guide, all that stuff. But when it gets hostile, like this is, nah, you sit your ass outside. I don't give a damn how much taxes you pay. You don't come in there with an intent to kill. At this point where they're coming in, this is after somebody's been shot, after several officers have been assaulted. Why the hell would people want you to come in their building right now?
Again, it's just like a library. It's a public building that we all are supposed to be able to access. But because of the way they painted this picture, I guarantee you they have rules now that we can't just go in that building. And when we cut off access to the people, now good people are not going to be able to go in there and do the right thing because of they use incidents like this to levy more laws. Why are the Democrats protecting Ray Epps so much? He investigated it. He instigated it. Well, I don't know. Who is Ray Epps? I have to look that up, bro. I appreciate the super chat. I had to look up Ray Epps. Yeah, somebody said it's our building. Yeah, it's the public's building. So it's not like, but like I said, I'm not certain because of the large crowd that gathered, did they come up with some immediate rule to say you can't come in the building because they have permits to be there. So I don't understand. I really don't get it. And so that's why some of the people may have gotten upset because they're going to think like this, brother. This is our building. How can we trust into our own building? And that's going to enrage some people. And then some people do the conspiracy thing, which I don't know, so I'm not saying it for me. Those people think that a lot of these people that were causing the problems were FBI agents and things like that. So they're just...
A lot of them was. It's amazing when they break down who these people were. That you have some that were military vets, you have people that were police officers, you have I even seen one where they had a Congress member that was out there. Some of all shapes of life. But the funny thing is they was all in support of one person. All this in support of one person. This is how dictatorship start, y'all. Now, as y'all can see, I finally come into the I'm already in the chat. Hold up. I just put something in the chat. I'm right here. I put Congress was in session. I was trying to inform Kwame that that's the reason that, you know, those people aren't allowed in there right now because Congress was in session. I was just trying to inform them.
In the crowd, inciting the problem, and once you incite the problem, you can levy more rules. Ray Epps is Mike Epps over there. Ray Epps is an informant. Oh, wow.
I know they was trying to overthrow Mike Pence. See, you got the information.
Yeah, but listen, you got to learn one thing about plausible deniability. There's a lot of very smart people in the world that are very good at plausible deniability. When they want to make it look like something, if you've seen Hollywood movies where they can make it look like people are killing people on screen, you don't think they can make something of this magnitude look like something as well?
I do think that. Yes. I know there's coups, I know there's things, and I say that when it comes to the Black Lives Matter shit. There's so many people who testify like, hell, we live in this city. Why would we tear it down? Why would we burn it down? There were people coming in on bus loads that were doing all that stuff. That wasn't us. But there's a lot of people that would champion that, you know what I'm saying, and keep the agenda going on, like, oh yeah, see how people burn down this and that, this and that, this and that, Antifa did this. So yeah, I can understand how, coups can be started. But in this situation right here, Congress is in session, brother. They wouldn't have had to be in session if this man wasn't running around talking about the election was fake. You have to understand that. Now, I couldn't speak back to him because I was in the chat.
While they know that they gave a permit to these people to come there, you don't think that they can just hold a session or call the immediate session so that these people can't come in there knowing these people are charged up after?
No, sir, they did not call an immediate session knowing that these people were charged up. They called an immediate session because a man was testing the integrity of the United States government. A man went out there and said the election is fraud. He just had a rally right down the road telling people to come down there and express their anger. So Trump knew that there was a hearing, and he decided to do something while the hearing was going on. So you got to do your homework. You got to do your homework. You're asking a question that is self-explanatory. The man right down the road enticing the crowd. He didn't have that meet. He didn't have his rally planned, and then they went and planned a hearing. They planned the hearing because of what he already started. And when he seen that the hearing was there and that they were about to do a vote on it, he wanted to stop the vote. And when he wanted to stop the vote, it was because the vice president was going to be the one that's given the deciding vote. That's why they was in there talking about hang Mike Pence. You got people in here chanting to hang your vice president, and you have the power to stop it by just sending in the National Guard to break that shit up. The same way you broke it up with those protesters was sitting in that empty lot doing a peaceful protest, and you had them all sprayed with gas so you could come and take a photo. The same way you could have sent them in to break that up to save lives and to save the integrity of the United States government.
An election that they feel like they were robbed upon. A lot of these people feel like the election was a stolen election. So you already have people hyped.
Well, see why I just want to eat. The media is only showing you a small part of the footage to manipulate the story how they told you. Okay, that could be true. But the small part that they showed us is enough. You don't have to show us no more than people screaming, hang Mike Pence, people breaking in the door, people hitting the damn, hitting police officers, somebody getting shot, people running from the damn people, a police officer having a spare. You don't have, what more do you need to show us? You need to show us every fucking minute of the 40,000 hours. You need to show us the person walking in the hall stealing papers. You need to show us the person in the bathroom taking a shit. Do you need to show us the what more do you need to show us? We see what's in front of our eyes. You can't be so much of a damn conspiracy theory that is theories that you don't even believe what's in front of your eyes no more. Damn.
For charge, and you're gonna call some session while these people are coming to get you to answer questions. Like, I don't think that's the appropriate timing for that. If you're not afraid of the people, this is the time that you address the people. If you didn't do anything wrong, address the people.
Yeah, stop the counting. That was the person. That was the purpose.
I mean, that's what they're gonna say here. Of course, they're gonna say that. If I'm gonna do something wrong, you think I'm gonna say, yeah, I did something wrong? That's not what's gonna happen.
That's not what's happening, because they know they did something wrong, and for right now, they're not saying that they did nothing wrong. So you're making the point. Hell, Trump do all kind of shit wrong, and what he keeps saying, I ain't do nothing wrong. That's the point I'm making.
Happen. That's not real work. These people make it look good. And all I'm saying is no one's calling it down the middle. When it comes to a violent stance, I don't think you're supposed to break through the building. If they made this rule, you figure out another way around it. It would have pissed me off that you gave.
And then another thing, I see somebody put in the chat, Don Shoot, which I know he always kind of be trolling me anyway or whatever. Ears is getting a teachable lesson. Quit the Democrats' ears, please. This kind of aggravates me anytime I try to have a civil dialogue with people, when you try to just tell people like, hey, okay, what you're saying is not 100% accurate, the first thing people do is they'll call you a name. Or they'll automatically assume that you're a Democrat just because you calling things about how you see them. Like, we gotta stop the insult just because people don't fucking goddamn agree with you. Damn, everybody ain't gonna see it the damn same. But one thing about a fact and an opinion, a fact is backed by evidence. You don't hear ears out here talking without having the fucking evidence to back up what I say.
Gave me a permit to be someplace. It would piss me off that it seems like you're trying to just avoid talking to me. That would piss me off. If I voted and now I'm trying to talk to you, that would piss me off that you won't even give me the...
No, you can't. See what I just want to eat? You can't mix every single thing. Everything is case by case basis. Hell, I didn't want to take no motherfucker. I ain't take no damn COVID shot. The fuck? And then why y'all keep going back to Democrats? Y'all do know there's other parties, right? Y'all do know there's an independent party, right? Y'all do know some people are independent. He said, I guess the Democrats and their media was correct on COVID, when it turns out it was all lies and being covered up. I don't believe nothing they say, sorry. And that's fine. But I listened to goddamn George Bush tell us that goddamn Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction and put our whole fucking country in a damn recession. So we have fuck-ups on both sides. But it seems like it's only one damn side that everybody want to goddamn hone on. Both of these sides are fucked up. And we got people that's scared to vote either in a different way because the money ain't there. Oh, I don't want to vote with them because there ain't enough people voting with them. I want to go with where everybody else go with. I think a lot of people would rather fucking argue than goddamn really vote for what they stand for. They pick colors like that, like it's gang related or something. Shit. I'm saying it's fucked up on both sides. Every time I say it's fucked up on, I just choose the lesser evil sometimes. Every time I can say, hey, Biden ain't shit. He this and that, this and that. People are, yup. And then as soon as I say, and Trump did this and that, then it's all this. And then they'll say, I ain't Republican. And I'm like, well, goddamn. Well, why the hell every time a Republican do something, you on their side? And this is a lot of people. Y'all gotta, like, you can't hate every goddamn body. You gotta choose something. You gotta stand for something. I don't hate every goddamn politician. I just hate the ones that sit there and fucking lie in your face and play you like you're stupid. Like a Joe Biden, like a Trump. Neither one of these motherfuckers are qualified to be a damn president. I don't want to see neither one of them running for president. Neither one. Why the fuck we got this? We got billions of people in this country, millions of people in this country. You telling me we can't find an intelligent motherfucker to run this country? Shit.
A conversation in the United States of America. They start to sound like something else. But let's keep moving. Ears, I would like to know your take on why did they even redact or hold back 40,000 hours of footage in the first place?
And that's why I'm here, to give my take of why they withheld 40,000 hours of tape. My opinion is they didn't hold back 40,000 hours of tape. No one person, no one party can hold back shit. Because if the Democratic Party held it back, then that means the Republican Party held it back too. Right? Right? I mean, who's in charge of releasing it? Who is they? Ask the question. Who held it back? Who held the information? Who held those 40,000 hours back from the public to see? Because where did they get the footage from then? Where did the media get the footage from then that they showed? When you're on your channel right now, anybody, do you not show the important shit? You ain't gonna show a motherfucking empty hallway where nobody went at. You ain't gonna show the bathroom on the 8th floor that nobody at. It's a camera by there though. You ain't gonna show the fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's plenty of cameras around where it wasn't no action. So when they say 40,000 hours of what? All the cameras looking from all angles. If I see it from the left side, it's the same from the fucking right side. Come on now, we gotta just come on now. It's not 40,000 consistent hours because that would be what, 1,600 days. That's 3 years. Over 3 years. Shit, that's like 5 years. So they're not talking about consistent hours of 40,000 consistent hours. They're just talking about different camera angles. You might have 20 cameras just in the opening of the door. Coming in the door, you got 20 different angles. Do you just show one angle or do you show all the fucking angles? So it's a manipulation tactic. Just to steer the conversation. Just to throw the ball over there. Oh, look over there. It makes no sense. Because now you got Tucker Carlson being sued and Fox News, the CEO of Fox News. Did y'all know that they're being sued now for the lies that they were telling about the election stolen? They're being sued now. Tucker Carlson, the same one that's putting out this video all this week that the homie responded on and acting like that this is some shit that he just did that exposed some real shit. No, he was just caught lying the fucking again. He just got caught lying again. He came up there, he released this video showing the same shit we already seen. Why you ain't showing the secret shit that we ain't seen? Why you ain't really showing, you know what I'm saying? You telling us that us seeing fucking officers, I'm about to show y'all what we really haven't seen. I bet I could show y'all more shit of what you haven't seen than what Tucker Carlson showed you. I bet that. Oh, it was a small number of people? Okay. That's why I say, like, this dude ain't even fucking credible. It ain't about who you like. It's about who the fuck credible. I might not like you because you ain't credible. Shit. There's a reason I don't like your motherfucking ass. If you gonna tell me a lie, shit. Nah, I ain't gonna like you. So you had never seen those video clips to Tucker exposed. What did he expose? You never seen this. I guarantee you, I can go back a year from now. I mean, a year back, and I can show you this same video of these people walking in this damn what's name. Guarantee you, Israel. In this friendly debate, I don't want nobody to get mad about the viewpoint.
Why in the world would they do that? The fact that the Dems want Tucker silent should tell you a lot.
It ain't that the Dems want him silent. It's just that people don't like, I mean, fake news is dangerous. We looking right now that he's being sued and Fox News being sued. Now they subpoena Tucker Carlson's phone. So now the text messages that he was sending to his colleagues was telling what he was really thinking. He didn't fuck with Trump. He thought this shit was all crazy. He was literally coming on his platform lying every single night because these folks were scared of Trump. They said it out their own fucking mouth. Smoking gun. They're being sued and it's a slam dunk. I'm talking about this bitch is like this is more than a layup, this lawsuit. They suing these folks for $1.5 billion for defamation. The people who make the voter polls, the voter machine. Yeah, Dominican. They've been watching these wabbits the whole time waiting for the perfect move. Now they just checkmated these motherfuckers. This nigga got Texas and like they knew that they were lying about the stolen election. This man is lying to these people about a stolen election, which made these people come down here to this place. After hearing a rally from right down the road and being told, pretty much being gassed up to come right down there. The evidence is there. Facts are backed up by evidence. So if you're seeking the truth, you are seeking the facts.
Regardless of what side you're on, we should want the whole truth no matter what. Absolutely. And that's my point. You lose me when you start hiding stuff and then say, well, you start giving excuses. Well, it's because we were doing this. It's because we're doing.
And I agree there. When you start hiding shit, that's when you lose. And I'm going to show you a whole bunch of shit that's getting hid right now.
But why did you hide 40,000 hours of tape? You lost me at this point. No. You don't hide 40,000 hours of tape. The black man who did not attend but was a part of the group communication was criminally prosecuted. Oh, wow. But no, the very fact that you're hiding this much information is a red flag for me.
They obviously revere the Capitol. They're there because they believe the election was stolen from them. These are people who want their organizers permit to hold a
in the building. They're supposed to be on the grounds of the Capitol. So that may, you might have to drop the link later if you have time. Okay. But yeah, that's here's what are you saying? It was scheduled because of Trump plan.
Now right here is a typo. I was driving at the time and I put it was scheduled because of Trump. It was supposed to say claim, but I ended up putting plan.
I wouldn't call United States citizens a claim. If you're going to be fair and impartial, just say because of the people who supported Trump. You don't want to start getting into the name calling because then everybody's going to call his name.
But no, I would never do that. You know, I like to keep it civil. That way, everything I'm getting saying is taken in consideration. But that was an error because I was driving.
A lot of libs in here, bro. You talking to a wall? Yeah, it sounds like it.
See, now this is what I don't like. The minute that you can't agree that your eyes are not deceiving you, you got to be a lib. You got to be a liberal. You got to be something other than a person that just had a difference of opinion. Now that I don't like, because I'm a person that I like to think on my own. Okay, I can see you can have an opinion, but then what I like to bring is what we call evidence. So just because my evidence might say different and it might steer my thinking, that doesn't mean I'm a liberal. Why do I have to be anything besides a man that's thinking on my own? Why I gotta be conservative? Why you gotta be a liberal?
But I don't matter. That wall is a very weak wall.
Like, because when they say liberal, it's almost like saying, oh, he's a dummy. or he'll just believe anything, or it's like an insult to who don't agree with you. Say Trump looking for me? Shit. I fuck with Trump. Long as he ain't, I don't want him as a president because I feel like it can be dangerous. But I think he might be like a good treasurer of state. Like I don't think that, he's a horrible person. I just don't think he should be, what I'm saying, for that position of representing the United States as the commander in chief. Too much controversy.
All made with sheetrock, because you should be able to have a conversation without all the hoopla. When you hide 40,000 hours of something, I don't believe shit you say after that. If you're on the up and up, you don't hide nothing.
Okay, well, I can agree that if a person does lie a certain kind of way, I can't believe shit they have to say after that. If I catch a person in a lie, like I catch them dead, like smoking gun lie, yeah, I after that I can't take them serious. That's why I can't believe Tucker Carlson right now with what he put out. I'm looking at him with my own two eyes, and he's trying to tell me different. He hasn't shown anything new. Let me show y'all some new shit. Salute, Kwame. I'm done with this video. I just want to get about to that part. So let's look at somebody that was possibly there or something like that. Let's see what we got here. We all seen this footage here. We always like to talk about the black man. Hold on. We always talking about, the black people and all that stuff. Let's see how the one black man that you could see since we want to go over the footage of what we did see. Let's see if it was just a small number. Let's see if we can count all the small numbers. There's somebody with a camera witnessing somebody that's busting in the window. So is he innocent if he's watching another person bust through the door? I'm just checking for a friend. Do I need to put a poll up for that, y'all? Is this guy right here holding the camera up while this man is busting in the window? Is he innocent? Is this guy over here looking down at his phone while this man is literally busting through the door? Is he innocent? Is this person right here standing right here? Is this person innocent? All of them are equally guilty. If a person is breaking in a house, breaking into anything, and you sit right there like you don't know no fucking better, you are guilty. Everybody that's standing behind him knows this door is locked. The door is locked. We are closed. We are having a closed Congress session for a very, very important matter. You guys gonna have to wait out there for the result. It happens in courthouses all the time. It happens in Congress all the time. The only difference is the sitting president is right down the road and he just had a rally. And I'm going to show y'all what he was saying at that rally. So we need to keep all of this in perspective. Yes, they had FBI agents. I think they had CIA agents. They had police officers. But that's what's embedded in our American economy. People that, like shit. People in the government don't like the government. Yeah, they pissed off at the congressmen and all that. But some of them are kooks.
bedlam, mayhem, and one cop.
Now, do they show this footage enough? They should be still showing this footage right here. This is the black cop. All of these peaceful people, I guess all this few people right here, y'all. Yeah, this is a small amount of people compared to all those people that was outside. But compared to this one guy right here, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
Last line of defense against a mob pushing forward. Eugene Goodman, an Army vet and U.S. Capitol Police officer.
Now, we was talking about the naval officer that came through there with his face painted and his flag and running up on the damn Congress floor. This is the person I respect.
How was there only one guy? You know,
HuffPost reporter Igor
Confederate flag. They were carrying another flag that had, Nazi swastikas emblazoned on them. It was a white mob charging at a black police officer.
Goodman sprinted up the stairs, the mob on his heels. He shouted in his radio, "Second floor!" Meaning the mob was reaching the Senate chamber. At the top of the stairs,
the Senate chamber is where all the congressmen, he's stalling them. But I guess this is Hollywood. Maybe they just put this shit together. They might have just put this shit together, y'all. So, this man ain't running for his fucking life. This is a black man. Probably the only one there.
Left. Between those chairs, the doors to the Senate floor, still open. Here's the moment that mattered. Goodman pushed this mob leader wearing a black QAnon t-shirt. It was a ruse to lure them away from the Senate chamber, and there, finally.
If this man wouldn't have lured them away from where the Congress was, we might have had to witness our country being overthrown in front of our eyes and a dictatorship created right in front of our eyes. Any piece of paper, anything could have got signed. This man could have made himself president, the king. They could have ripped up the Constitution and made Trump the king if they would have went in there and made them congressmen and took them kidnapped them like they was planning on. Because they found rope and all that shit. They could have made this man king if they wanted to. You're telling me this ain't serious? Only a few? You ain't paying attention, Team Sugar. This ain't the time to troll. Pay attention and maybe you'll catch up. I said they could have made him king. If they would have went in there, made the Congress, they could have got rid of the whole fucking everything everything in the damn in the book, pretty much.
Backup arrived.
It was his heroic actions that may have made a difference.
By then, the Senate chamber was sealed. No, it's not. Officer Eugene Goodman showed us the real America. Mark Strassman, CBS.
But, I mean, maybe that's just a made-up story, That's just a made-up story. Y'all know how the news be lying. So, let's go here. Tucker Carlson. We're gonna come back to some more footage. I got plenty more where that comes from. But let's get into Tucker Carlson, his credibility. Ain't about who you like, it's about credibility. I don't like if you're a fucking known liar. The fuck you gonna lie to me every day and I'm supposed to just keep listening to you? Now, Here we got on the screen article from Rolling Stone, and we can look at an article from everywhere, and it don't matter where you look at it. You can just pull it up. This motherfucker, same shit, gonna go over and over and over. Capitol Police Chief. Let me repeat that, y'all. A chief of police is pretty much the manager of the police station, y'all. Capitol Police Chief Thomas Manger blasts Fox News Tucker Carlson over January 6th video. The video that he just put up yesterday and changed all the narrative about what happened. The chief of the police said himself, Cap, you are Cap, motherfucker, you are Cap. How dare you disrespect? Now let's read this. Relatives of the deceased Capitol Officer Brian Sticknett and lawmakers also criticized Carlson for portraying the Capitol attack as mostly calm rather than violent insurrection. Let me show y'all. Yeah, most of these people up here, they're not violent. Yeah, most of these people up here. But anyway, U.S. Capitol Police Chief Thomas Manger blasted Fox News host Tucker Carlson on Tuesday for showing cherry-picked video from calmer moments of the riot January 6, 2001, rather than the chaos and violence that erupted that day and what officers describe as medieval warfare. This is what the chief is saying. Okay, so here we got, so you saying the lieutenant said one thing and the chief saying the other thing, another thing? I guess that's where it's getting sticky at, because, you know, one person saying one thing and the other saying the other thing. Carlson got exclusive access to 41,000 hours of surveillance video recorded the day of the riot from the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. That's who he got it from, the House Speaker of the Republican Party. Remember that. Carlson portrayed the event Monday on his program as mostly peaceful and described as liars and official from President Joe Biden to the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi for calling the attack deadly insurrection. So his main focus was to say that they were liars for calling it deadly. That's the agenda that at the end of the day, that's the agenda that he wants to push. Okay, fine. That's all y'all gonna do is bicker back and forth. Fine. But at the end of the day, that's what he wants to push. Saying that it was mostly peaceful. I do not believe that thing was mostly peaceful. If you call that mostly peaceful, you are out of your damn mind. That's just flat out. The riot was the worst attack on the Capitol in 200 years. About 140 police officers were injured during the attack. One died. A police officer died the next day. And at least 4 others died by suicide in the weeks that followed. Do I need to say that again, y'all? No one died, huh? Okay. No one died. This is USA Today, y'all. This is USA Today, y'all. So y'all telling me a worldwide fucking news article They're gonna sit here and lie. No one died, huh? Okay. If you say so. So the person, so the woman that got shot, she didn't die? So the woman that got shot, she didn't die? Natural causes, huh? Natural causes, huh? So naturally, after you get your ass whooped, you might die if your brain swell up. I got you. Man. Fellow officers describe hand-to-hand combat with rioters as officers slip in blood and vomit on Capitol steps. More than 1,000 people have been charged in the attack. Small amount of people, but 1,000 people, if you got 1,000 people in any type of group, your ass is in trouble. You want me to check a coroner report? What a coroner report of what? Of who? I need a person to check for of a coroner report. But if you want to send me the info, here's to the street at Gmail. I'll be more than happy to pull whatever you got up. Yeah. If you can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. But we can look up this story over and over and over and over again. More than 1,000 people have been charged in the attack. More than 500 have been convicted. 500 people have been convicted of a crime because there was a crime of 500, at least 500 people. Yes, that might be a small amount to some people, but that's a lot of people. And this is what the Attorney General said, Merrick Garland. Manager criticized the protest, saying the police officers acted as tour guides and portraying calmer moments during that day. This is outrageous and false, Manager said in an internal department statement. Now that I kind of don't believe, because those officers did act as tour guides at first. They let that dude come in there like he had top of the line security clearance. He came in there like he had top of the line security clearance. There's something funny about that. More subpoenas from Representative Jim Jordan. Jordan subpoenas former school board association exec disinformation official Biden administration probe. Mitch McConnell calls out Tucker Carlson. Let's hear Mitch McConnell call out Tucker Carlson himself. Yeah, let's hear Mitch McConnell. See what he has to say. Yeah, what I do? Fair use.
Tim is joining us now. Jane, I know it's lots and lots of pages. You've had a chance to look through this, and it seems like this is continuing to build that picture about how.
My bad. Okay. So right now I'm looking at what they have here is Tucker Carlson's text messages. and they have Rupert Murdoch's statement in front of Congress that they were intentionally spreading false news. The people that are my bad, I'm trying to read the chat too. Okay, so I got this page here. I was gonna play Mitch McConnell's also what he had to say about it. Okay, I'm gonna hold this real quick. I'm gonna read some of this. I can't read it all, but I'm trying to see what all it has on it. But it does have the text messages. Oh, here's Mitch McConnell right here. Okay, my bad. I got it, y'all. I got so much stuff pulled up right here. Now let's hear what Mitch McConnell had to say about the situation.
With regard to the presentation on Fox News last night, I want to associate myself entirely with the opinion of the chief of the Capitol Police.
The chief of the Capitol Police. Remember, whoever said the lieutenant said that nobody died and all that, whatever you were saying about the lieutenant said. The chief of Capitol Police. This is your boy, Mitch McConnell. This is not the Democrats. This is not nobody else. This is not the conspiracy theories. This is none of that shit. This is goddamn Turkey Neck himself. Cecil the Turtle himself. Man, the chief is over the lieutenant, bro. Tell me how much power that lieutenant got there. The Congress, the Republican Party, the head of the Republican Party right here is saying he's going off what the chief said. Fuck that bullshit goddamn Tucker Carlson said. He ain't conservative. What? Stop it.
About what happened on January 6th. For the Capitol Police, with the opinion of the chief of the Capitol Police about what happened on January 6th. Clearly, the chief of the Capitol Police, in my view, correctly describes what most of us witnessed firsthand.
So what is you talking about, bruh? We seen what we seen. The chief of the Capitol Police, he said what he said. It was one of the most it was like medieval times. It was crazy. And I don't know what lieutenant say, hey man, it wasn't that bad, man. We was cool, bro. We was straight. I dropped the link, but I still got some more proof to show first. Because like you said, the lieutenant said it was cool. You said nobody died. Right? So we gonna check.
On January 6th. So that's my reaction to it. It was a mistake, in my view, for Fox News to depict this.
It was a what? It was a what? It was a mistake to depict this. So you telling me he was just out there giving out false news? He was just trying to act like it was a peaceful day when they know that shit wasn't no peaceful day? You say he was there. Okay, that's cool if he was there, but what are you disputing? Are you disputing that it wasn't a violent insurrection? Are you disputing that it wasn't more violent than it was peaceful? I'll let you come up though. Give me a minute. I'm trying to let me get past my point.
Completely at variance with what our chief law enforcement official here at the Capitol said.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
Now you heard with your own mouth. Mitch McConnell, you heard from Mitch McConnell's own mouth. They don't approve of that bullshit. They don't believe that shit. Don't believe that shit. Now, we ain't gonna stay off of Tucker Carlson, man. Because he's in the defamation lawsuit. And let's tell you about some of the text messages that came out in the middle of this lawsuit. So say every night, let's just say this is Ears to the Street. Y'all come in here. Y'all expect Ears to the Street to be honest with y'all, right? But y'all still come in here if I literally didn't believe what it is I'm telling you. If I'm telling you I believe in, peace, but you see me being violent, you gonna be like, damn, you ain't reputable. Salute Duran B. Right? So the point of, like a news station that makes the difference of propaganda or whether a channel is propaganda or is news or facts depends on its credibility. If you don't believe what it is you telling me, and I find out that you don't even believe what the fuck you telling me, why would I believe you being truthful to me? Don't that make sense, y'all? Y'all let me know if I'm making sense right here. Y'all let me know if I'm not making sense. Y'all let me know if I'm not making sense right here. If I was up here and I tell y'all, I believe, let's just say I tell y'all I believe in Jesus, and y'all are here because I say I believe in Jesus, but you mess around and my text messages get leaked, and you find out that I'm a Muslim. I'm a secret Muslim. You gonna be mad as hell. You gonna be like, what the hell? Why you telling me all this? Why you teaching me all this, but you believe something different? That's what's going on with Tucker Carlson. Now let me read to y'all what I got on the screen here. Mr. Tucker Carlson in this lawsuit, his text message had to come to light. So he's out here telling everybody that the election has been stolen from Trump. But I hate him passionately. Tucker Carlson was fed up with Trump after the 2020 election. Hundreds of pages of exhibits were the latest documents to be unsealed as part of Dominion voting system's $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox News. Yes, sir, they is on Fox News ass. Because you got people up here just lying they fucking ass off. On January 4th, 2021, Fox News posts, Tucker Carlson was done with Donald Trump. We are very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I truly can't wait. He texts an unidentified person. I hate him passionately. I can't handle much more of this, he added. He couldn't stand sitting here telling this bullshit. But if you ever watch Tucker Carlson, boy, he never said that. What? Where you been at? He never said that. This is what the lawsuit say, bruh. What you talking about? This everywhere, bruh. Where you been at? Yeah, they got Tucker Carlson by the balls, homeboy. You better check the news. By this time, Fox News was in crisis mode. It had angered his audience when it correctly said Joe Biden had won Arizona in a presidential election. Executives and hosts were worried about losing viewers to upstart rivals, most notably Newsmax. The private comments were a far cry from what Carlson viewers were used to hearing from sour conservative hosts on the prime time show every night. We're all pretending we got a lot to show for it because admitting what a disaster has been is too tough to digest, he wrote in another text, referring to the last 4 years. But come on, there isn't really an upside to Trump. The revelation is in hundreds of pages of testimony, private text message and email from top Fox News journalists and executives that are made public Tuesday, adding to the trove of documents that show a network of crisis after it alienated core viewers by reporting accurately on the results of 2020 presidential election. So people were pissed off about the real facts, so they started making up shit. Started making up shit to satisfy viewers. Pretty much. Okay, so have y'all watched Rupert Murdoch tell Congress himself that he knew that they were lying? That he knew that? And that ties into the whole reason of what the people were saying that they were coming to Capitol Hill for. So that's why it's important to understand that even now, this guy here is, you know what I'm saying, putting out the fake news and the dishonesty, you know, that's getting their ass sued right now. Thanks to today's following the media has been caught red-handed using this torture method for PR campaign. They said we are already, they do. So it's definitely going to be an interesting case. It's definitely going to be an interesting case. $1.6 billion. A voting machine company. They know damn well they didn't have any evidence at all that election was stolen. And they're going to bust their ass. Now, let's go here. Enough about Tucker Carlson. Well, we're going to stick with Tucker Carlson since he said that there are more those videos, because he didn't show any videos that we didn't see. But let's look at the videos that we did see, and see if that's enough to say that this is way out of hand. Never before seen footage. Let's see some never before seen footage, y'all. Y'all make sure to hit the like button.
Sling TV.
Okay, so what we're gonna look at here is some people that were there.
On the morning of January 6, 2021, my primary assignment was to cover then President Trump's rally at the Ellipse. I had walked down the National Mall from the U.S. Capitol and was taken aback by the size of the crowd.
So, now one thing that people are right about, everybody wasn't there to tear shit up. Everybody wasn't there to tear shit up. Like this man here. He was there to document it. Now, all of these people came from Trump's rally.
It was jarring to say the least because it had been the most amount of people that I had seen gathered together in one place since the start of the pandemic. You could definitely feel the tension in the air throughout the entire rally. I arrived on the West Terrace. I had seen people pushing past barricades.
Now, let's look at all these good people, this small sector of people. Out of all those people, let's look at the closest people. And let's just look in the areas where you can see crime happening at. So if you're around crime and it's happening, then that means you are part of the problem.
I just instinctively put my riot helmet on and my gas mask, and I remember thinking to myself, I can't believe this is happening right now. And quite honestly, with seeing how prepared and looking back on now, how prepared as well.
Now, let's see here if we have any, peaceful people around here. This is unseen. Have anybody seen this footage? Matter of fact, do I need to make a poll for this? Have anybody seen this footage? Y'all let me know so. Now, it don't look like this is peaceful. Just people they just want to go in the building so they can be tourists. These are the Capitol Police. Can you tell me what that lieutenant might be hanging out at right now, where he's saying that it wasn't that bad? That lieutenant, if that lieutenant was anywhere right here, that lieutenant can't say that it wasn't that bad. We good. It was just peaceful people. What are these? We've seen police be aggressive as fuck. But for some reason, they ain't aggressive as hell right now. Well, I mean, I don't get what your point was then, saying that the lieutenant was there. I'm saying what the chief say. I'm saying what the damn Mitch McConnell say. Well, I'm saying what you saying. I'm telling you that it was violent. You're telling me that I don't know. I thought you was telling me I was wrong. But I'm gonna let you come up. They're actually pulling officers back behind the barricade. Not because they're friends. They're not escorting them. No damn well. Now there was some officers that was escorting some dudes. Now that needs to be investigated. But frontline dudes, it wasn't no escorting over here. These people are trying to put a barrier up for their safety. These are officers trying to do their job. They want to go home to their family. Yes, you are upset about an election that you're saying is stolen. And by law, our Congress is inside trying to see if there's any truth to that. But now the safety is integrity. I mean, is in jeopardy. You say he was in charge of the security? Well, where he at right now then? In this picture right here. Since he was in charge, tell me which one of these dudes he is right here. You say he was in charge of the security? Which one of these dudes right here he is? So right now they look like they need a little help. And like you say, everybody ain't, you know what I'm saying, acting up. It's a small amount of people. Round about 1,000. Round about 1,000. Small amount of people, about 1,000. Other people are just, filming and shit. So along with those 16,000 cameras, 16,000 hours of footage. Not 16,000, whatever, 40,000 hours of footage. There's billions of other footage from normal old people that seen what the fuck was going on. There ain't no left wing, there ain't no right wing. They just a person that was there, and they wasn't crazy enough to go in there and fuck with them folks shit. But they damn sure was gonna record it. 41,000. Give me another one. Come on. You're hurting women. You're hurting women. Oh shit. We're just gonna scroll through this. Let's see what's going on
the
front line.
Folding in front of us, or an officer out of the way. The photograph.
We're just gonna breeze through what was going on outside. So this is the steps. This is before you go into that door. You know that door where people say that, why they don't show this? Why they don't show this part where everybody just barging in the door? Yeah, because they showed this part. This is before you get into that door. You got to go through all these people. They obviously don't want your motherfucking ass in there while they're trying to make an important decision. Congress is in session. All of you motherfuckers can't fit in here. And we ain't trying to sit here and have to watch all y'all motherfuckers. Only reason y'all down here because you done went down there and got hyped up by Trump. Stop playing. We ain't talking about George Floyd. We're talking about damn January 6th. Y'all love to deflect. We take situation by situation. Everybody always like to say, what about situation by situation. We're talking about this situation right here. Damn everybody up. Now look at these people out here. They obviously don't want your ass in there. Y'all got to go through all of these officers. All of these officers got kids. All of them want to go home. All of y'all are mad because Trump lying. Yes, lying. Telling you that the election was stolen. No proof. None at all. Fox News lying their ass off. That's why right now people are willing to put up millions of dollars and sue one of the biggest fucking news networks in the fucking world. Because they feel like they got a slam dunk. This ain't no bullshit ass lawsuit. This a federal lawsuit. 1.6 billion? They on your ass. We ain't talking about no other situation. I don't give a damn about no other Black Lives Matter. No. We're talking about this. Y'all want to get off you want to get away from the fact. Nah, come your ass here and get these hard ass facts. Gotta sugarcoat that shit. This is what we call, ladies and gentlemen, vandalism, trespassing. This is not part of the protesting. This is not part of the permit. This is the vandalism. You don't supposed to be all on these folks shit.
Especially after Find Me as Press and started following me around, that I decided my best bet would be to move locations and photograph what was on the east front of the Capitol.
Now, we get to see this view here where you get to see from back, where the people are in there. This is not inside of the Capitol. We're going to go inside of the Capitol, y'all. Don't worry. I'm going to take y'all inside while all this shit going on. While that supposedly one guy was able to come in and they let the fucking half blue face, half red face fucking Viking helmet guy come through coincidentally to be the spokesman for all of these people. That's where the crazy shit started happening. Yeah, this was a controlled demolition. This is definitely, it was gassed by that. Talking about he got 4 years. Either Trump let his ass out to dry or he ain't really doing 4 years. Yeah, they walked them right on in. They knew officers. They knew They knew who they worked for. That's why they did what they did. Because they knew they wouldn't be punished for what they did. You ain't gonna hear about no punishment for those officers. Trust me. You ain't heard it yet. You ain't hearing no punishment for those officers. Now look how this man going around, so we getting to see what the scene is from outside. You got a permit to sit your ass out here. Get off them folks' shit.
I know. Sorry.
So there was a lot of, I guess you could say, patriots out there. You know, we're just walking through what it was looking like at the door. It was just hey, let's just talk a little shit, you know, let's sing in front of. There's nothing wrong with this right here. There's nothing wrong with what's going on right here, y'all. Even though they had to get through that barrier of officers. We seen that barrier of officers that didn't want them to even come this far. Everybody got their phones out and shit. I don't know if this the part where they started singing "Hang Mike Pence, Hang Mike Pence." I don't know if this that part, but we'll see. Now, this poor guy here is an officer of the law. Are we talking peace right now? Just because there are people who want to get in here and be a part of something that they, that doesn't require them. Now we have an officer that's getting assaulted. I mean, that's cool. I'll check out 2,000 Mules, but hell, I can look at it right now and see officers getting assaulted. I don't have to have nobody tell me that that's wrong. Anybody that has something to do with this officer getting assaulted, they had to remove this guy. Is he an actor? Is this guy an actor, y'all? Or is this guy being assaulted and in fear for his life that have to be removed for these people to get in here? These are officers. They just scared for their damn life. They trying to get the fuck out of there. They like, fuck it, man. Now, it's nice of them to try to let the cops get out the way Why? I don't know.
You did your job. You did your job. Now get out of the way.
Officer, rather, it look like people were giving them water. They're trying to. But they're telling the officers to get out of the way, because if you get out of the way, or you about to get your ass fucked up. Get out and lay down. You did the job. Y'all hear what they telling them. You did a good job. Man, don't stop this. They convinced the cops to, bow down. You ever seen 1,000 people trying to goddamn bum rush you? And they willing to hit your ass, fuck you up? But they trying to have a little mercy on you. Because you really one of them. They don't want to fuck you up. They will. They will. They don't want to fuck you up. Now this officer here, he's hell bent on doing his job. Other officers, they was cowards. They left that man by himself. Now this is right before that footage of why they ain't show this footage. That don't help your case. Cause look what they had to do to get in there. Of course, he gotta edit out some parts. Like, bruh, nobody wants to see the man having to goddamn squeeze through the fucking crowd and all that crazy shit. He ain't editing this part. He right here in front of the damn door. What more do you need? Yeah, he gonna edit out him just fucking huffing and puffing and squeezing around people and trying to hide his camera so people won't knock it out his fucking hand and all that shit like that. Come on, man. He ain't editing this part though. It's the important part. But you see, that's what I'm talking about. All that dead out time hours. Like some shit. Like, don't let that 41,000 hours shit make you like, oh, that's a lot of shit. A lot of it's the same fucking footage. It's one angle, the other angle, the same. Everything is there. This is what the fuck we want to see. How you got in there? You got in there by force. You didn't come in that bitch like a tourist. You didn't come in that bitch, you wasn't invited in there. It wasn't visiting hours. This is what was going on right outside. Officers of the law were being assaulted. Officers of the law were being assaulted. It was violent. Tucker Carlson came up there and said it was peaceful. I'm proving he is a motherfucking lie. If you believe that shit, then goddamn, you must don't do your research. Cause this don't look peaceful. That crowd did not look peaceful. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah, there is a lot of people there, and there's a small percentage. Because if you got 20,000 people there and 1,000 people is the one that rush in, that is a small percentage. But that's still a lot of people. So let's not get confused by that small percentage shit. That's a lot of people. 1,000 people, 500 have been convicted. So let's just say if it was only 500 people, that's a lot of damn people. That building ain't even, man, I ain't even gotta go there. Look like they finally got the door open.
We can't get the door open. Stop. We gotta let people out. We can get in. They're already inside. They're already got people on the other side.
So, this is being forced. Like I say, let's see footage. Now, from that view that Tucker Carlson showed, this is when everybody's coming in, right? Ain't this the footage that we seen on Tucker Carlson? Where everybody was coming in the door? Y'all see everything they had to do to get in that door? They had to assault police officers. These people are holding up Nazi signs and signals. Oh no, they ain't. My bad. I thought they're just fists. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. So now I agree here that everybody that's in here right now are not here to do damage, to be violent. But where I don't agree is that everybody here should not be in here because they seen what they had to do to come in here. That's like breaking and entering. That's like somebody coming to your house and you saying, hey, no, you can't come in. You're not like, I'm doing something very important right now. And then they bombard, they overpower you and come in your house. Well, no, because it's supposed to be a public place. So let's scratch that example. But it's only supposed to be a public place when Congress is not in session. As far as when they're reviewing a vote. Now we've seen the view from one of the cameras. Now, when you come in this room right here, how many cameras do y'all think is in this one room right here? How many cameras do you think would be in the vicinity of this one room? You know what I mean? You're gonna have cameras every fucking where. We've seen this shit from all the angles. Do we need the footage from every fucking angle of everybody coming in from right here? How many hours from different cameras would you write off just from this room alone? How many hours of footage would you write off? Because you only need the footage from one fucking angle. All the other ones, then they got what? 20, so you got 24 hours on one camera. Say somebody said they stay 20 hours. So 20, 25. So let's say you got 20 cameras in that room, right? You only need 24 hours on one camera to see what the fuck happened in there. So the other 20 cameras that you got 24 hours, what's that? 2,400 now. So you got 2,400 hours of footage right there. That's useless. You don't need it. We can see you from this fucking angle. Now let's go into every single room and you do that same math and see what you end up coming up with of hours of footage that nobody needed to fucking see because you already seen it from the other damn angle. Or it was a hallway where nobody really went in. Or it was a hallway where a bitch wasn't doing nothing but stealing papers. Or a motherfucker just went into Nancy Pelosi's office and stole shit out of there. Or went into somebody else's office and stole shit out of there. It was violence in some places. It was thieving ass motherfuckers in other places. Some of the shit you ain't gonna get out there because they need it for the investigation. The shit that need to be public, well, they already know that shit good. Bam. So we have this room. Like I said, if you wondering where they talking about 40,000 hours of damn footage, what's the purpose of showing you every fucking angle of hours of footage? Because what Tucker Carlson showed us, he didn't show us nothing fucking different. He showed us this room from a different angle. The same footage that this guy that's coming in here showing you. These folks in here, yeah, they own lookers. Some of these people are looking around, own lookers and stuff. That's cool. Till you go to Holland, hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence. And then you have a group of guys that chase behind a damn security guard because they were trying to go find the congressman. It might have been a small group of people that meant harm, but it was a large group of people that bombarded inside of them. And they had to cause harm just to get inside of them. So all of y'all are associated with causing harm. If you know to get inside of there, you had to cause harm. You are all committing a crime. Of course, everybody got their camera wanting to show off that they just overtook the fucking Capitol.
Oh, this is weird. Whose house?
All of this is trespassing and stealing. Because even on a regular day, they still regulate how people come in. Y'all are coming in to the Capitol unregulated. There's all kind of safety measures. That all sound good, but there's no proof behind it, Black Talk. Like I like to deal with, you know what I'm saying, facts is backed by evidence. If it's allowed to see, now I know some people had government jobs that were out there, like, you know, police officers, there were congressmen, you know, there were, you know, people who held jobs in Secret Service, I believe I heard, and CIA and all that stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, that was their position in there. It's just a lot of people believe what they believe. They actually believe that this election was stolen. They actually believe what this man was telling them. I don't understand how I'm on the wrong side of this. I'm just watching from the evidence, bro. I believe in evidence. This is not right-wing media right here. You can't always just look at a person and say, oh, you're liberal, you're this and that. I'm not listening to right-wing media or anything. This is a man that's right in the damn place. I just showed how the officers were assaulted. For all of these people to have to come in here, they assaulted officers. They didn't come in here on, oh, we're walking in, we're touring the place, there's no violence. They came in here on violence. That's my bottom line. Tucker Carlson said that these people came in here peacefully. Yeah, they look peaceful now, but they already done broke into the place. They already done caused the violence that they caused. So how can you go back to being peaceful after that?
Second right, get in there. We gotta take him and wait. Get in there and get straight.
Wow. It a took these folks shield.
Second wait. Give us that mask. Regroup.
Wow. But hey, there's more though. But it just matters. I mean, some of y'all might close your eyes though. Some of y'all might close your eyes though. You know, it's okay though. It's okay. It's okay, y'all. It's okay. Hold on. Let's listen to what. Let's listen to Hang Mike Pence. Oh man. Let's do a play.
Hey Orlando. Earn up to $780 a month by helping people today. Become a sperm donor and support people that want a family.
And Mike Pence is going to have to come through for us. And if he doesn't, that will be a sad day for our country. Because you're sworn to uphold our Constitution. Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol.
I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. I'll be there with you. Black Thoughts, how am I on the wrong side of this, bro? Is this the liberal media? Or this is a real rally, brother? It's weird how y'all do that. Y'all just make up a word. Like, oh, it's liberal, it's this, it's the Democrat. I'm not a fucking Democrat, bro. How many times I gotta tell y'all that? Every time you bring the facts, every time you bring the evidence, that's the only argument. It's the liberal media. Well, damn, bro. The same people you get your information from, I can get the same information from and see something different. I can look at Fox News and I can listen to a person say everything that this man says. And I can listen to this man say the election was stolen. And I say, okay, I'm all ears. Can you tell me how it was stolen? oh, it was just stolen. The machines were fucked up. Somebody stole it. Like, if you're gonna give me some real info, I'm down. I'm about to let it play. You give me real info, I'm down. But if it just, just off the opinion, nah, I can't go with that.
And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong. We have come to demand that Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated.
Hold on real quick. That was just a clip. So, that's not the whole speech. Of course, y'all know that. But as you can see, this was the speech that was going on right down the road. Now, hold on one second. So, let's get back to unseen footage. Well, this might have been seen before, but people act like they haven't seen it. I guess I gotta remind y'all. So I gotta remind y'all, these are officers of the law.
Is this America? It's the pained rhetorical question asked over and over by those who blame Donald Trump for this violence. By those who seek to have...
Now, this is another door.
Have him impeached.
This is from another view. So we've seen what happened at the other door. Or was this the same door? This is how they had to, this is what they had to do to get in there?
Inciting this mob with claims of a stolen election.
The evidence will show you that ex-President Trump was no innocent bystander. The evidence will show that he clearly incited the January 6th insurrection. It will show that Donald Trump surrendered his role as commander-in-chief and became the inciter.
Trump said in this speech,
"We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen."
The prosecution say it had been planned for 18 days. The president was well aware of the plot to storm the Capitol.
We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
The prosecution say this was the culmination of his months-long call to arms.
He was no longer telling his base just that they had the time.
When the mob breached the Capitol walls, politicians...
Now, let's take a look at what the Congress was looking like while the situation was going on outside. While the situation was going on outside, these people, now imagine they would have got in there when they was trying to get in there. These are real people, y'all. Everything is not a damn movie. Y'all do understand that, right?
victims were forced to flee for their lives.
Someone shouted up to us, "Duck, then lie down, then ready your gas masks." Shortly after, there was a terrifying banging on the chamber doors. I will never forget that sound.
This was Vice President Mike Pence and his family being evacuated as the baying mob tried to find him.
Now, this is some footage that, this got to be part of that 41,000 hours of footage of how these folks had to go find their ass some safety of what shit going on because of what's going on. Y'all see how they got cameras everywhere, y'all? There's gonna be one of these in every single, every single room. And a lot of it ain't gonna have a damn thing on it of relevance. So of course they're gonna be 41,000 hours of unseen footage, and then you show the same fucking shit. It's a whole bunch of unseen footage out here. Yeah, the FBI possibly could have been involved. Yeah, I ain't saying that they wasn't, but they possibly could have been. It was something about that damn half blue faced motherfucker that they allowed him to get the shit popping. Like I think I don't know. I ain't gonna get into that conspiracy, but it was something about him that they let him go ahead and get it popping.
Legal documents confirming he was a main target.
Legal documents, probably some more shit that we ain't seen yet. See, they can't let us see every single thing, y'all. That's what y'all have to realize too. When you have active cases, just because you are the public, that don't mean they order you to have to be able to see every single thing. Yeah, that ain't how it works. You get what they give you. Until the what's the name over. Now this right here is committing a crime. This is not peaceful, y'all. This is not peaceful.
Members of this group said, I'm going to quote, they would have killed Mike Pence if given the choice.
This is the affidavit, y'all. This is a real affidavit in support of a criminal complaint, y'all. Stated that the other members of the group talked about things they had done during that day. They said that anyone they got their hands on, they would have killed. Do y'all understand what I just said here? These folks wasn't in here to goddamn go on tour. Do y'all realize those people had to run away? That officer barely got them to go the other way. Anybody, they would have got their hands on, they would have killed. This is the affidavit, y'all. This is not right-wing media. This is not left-wing media. This is not NBC, AB, all that bullshit. Do not try to blame it on the damn liberal, any of that bullshit. These are just facts. Documents. Court documents. Who do you fucking trust? You don't trust nobody? Goddamn. Do we trust the court system only when it's saying, hey, this person killed that person, or this person stole this, or who we like? I don't like nobody. I'll expose any goddamn body. I don't like nobody. Fuck that. Hell nah. I'm not going along to get along with no damn body. If it's right there in black and white, I'm saying, what the fuck is this? Anyway, it says, and anyone got their hands. They said that they ain't get their hands on nobody. That's why they ain't kill nobody. They ain't get not one congressman. They ain't see none of them. But they definitely want to kill Mike Pence if given the chance. According to W1, the group said it would be returning on the 20th, which your affidavit takes to mean the presidential inauguration scheduled for January 2021. And they plan to kill every single motherfucker they can. W1 stated the men said all had firearms and had access to firearms.
Chance. We were looking for Nancy Pelosi to shoot her in the frickin' brain, but we didn't find her. That mob was summoned in the frickin' brain, but we didn't.
Now this one say, during the video, Bancroft stated, "We broke into the Capitol. We got inside. We did our part." What do you mean you did your part? What do you think he means when he said we did our part? Something to think about, y'all. Bancroft continued, "We are looking for Nancy to shoot her in the friggin' brain, but we didn't find her." Wow. They were just coming up for peace, though. They was only coming in for peace.
Didn't find her. That mob was summoned, assembled, and incited by the former president of the United States, Donald Trump.
Today was all about the prosecution's arguments. In the coming days, we will hear more from Team. We present him in the court.
Like I say, yeah, putting it independent news that are not right, left, all that crazy shit. Like, we gotta stop always trying to blame it on liberal and all that, and just go straight with the damn facts. I ain't gotta like Joe Biden not to like fucking just because I don't like Trump. It ain't about if I like him or not. It's about if I trust him or not. Do they have integrity? Hell no, I don't trust a motherfucker that ain't got no integrity. Hold on, let me go through one more. But there's a lot of history when it comes. I mean, a lot of videos on the hanging Mike Pence. I had it pulled up. All right, here it is.
I buy the same products you do, only I get them much cheaper. I save hundreds of dollars a month by doing this one simple trick.
Now, we seen from that other young man's video footage when he was outside with these same people before they got inside of there. No, it ain't his narrative being challenged. When his text messages came to light, and it found out that he didn't even believe himself that the election was stolen, and he's here talking about that it was peaceful, it was mostly peaceful, and we're looking right here as we've seen that officer wedged between the door. We've seen other officers being forced out of the way. We've seen all of this violence for these people to come in. It was not peaceful. That's why they're saying Tucker Carlson is changing the narrative. The chief of the police said that it was one of the worst things he ever seen. How can you sit there and discredit this man and he puts his life on the line every day? So yeah, I can't go for that Black Talk. It ain't the liberal media. That's the scapegoat. Every time y'all use the liberal media, it tells me you're using a scapegoat to get away from the fact. These people are sitting right here hollering, hang Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence. We just heard the rally of how this man just gave his discernment about Mike Pence. Now it's hang Mike Pence. And you're at the door of the Capitol where Mike Pence is in there, and this man having to get away, this man having to leave with his family. And you have Tucker Carlson go and say it was mostly peaceful. The same guy that's being sued right now for $1.6 billion because of the evidence that he knew that he was lying. Because right at this moment right now, they were pushing the narrative on Fox News that the election was stolen, fueling people like this. Lying to his teeth. It's on black and white. There's no more liberal media. Fox News can't even deny it no more. Rupert Murdoch came up and said it. Who else got to say it? Rupert Murdoch came up and said it his damn self. They've been lying between their damn teeth, pushing propaganda. Just like he's doing right now. How many times somebody got to lie to you for you to believe they fucking a liar? These people are saying, hang Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence.
Those were the Capitol rioters. And a new report from the New York Times has revealed how Donald Trump reacted to his rabid supporters chanting hang Mike Pence. In fact, it turns out that he wanted them to hang Mike Pence, something that we already kind of started chanting hang Mike Pence on January 6th, 2021. The White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, told colleagues.
The White House Chief of Staff, somebody who worked for Donald Trump. This is not the left-wing media. This is not the liberal media. This is the people that work with the man. Oh yeah, it's mostly peaceful. You're getting a piece of ass whooping. It looked mostly peaceful until them folks went and hollering about they about to kill somebody. Shit. It went from peaceful to you got a goddamn officer wedged between the door. When y'all make the officer goddamn cry, them officers had to run like little bitches. But it was more than 2 or 3 people that was in there. I can agree that it could have been about a good 10 people that were the main actors. But they got 500 people charged with something. So you can say a good 2-3 people, but it's 500 people that are charged, that are convicted right now. So we got to at least start right there. We can't put out the narrative it was mostly peaceful when most of those people took plea deals. If they were innocent, they wouldn't have took plea deals. They knew what they did. That dude wouldn't have took no 4 years. He would have got 4 years if his ass ain't do nothing wrong. I don't give a damn what credibility, what fucking branch of military he went in. He was fucking wrong. Shortly after, hundreds of rioters at the Capitol started chanting "Hang Mike Pence" on January 6, 2021. The White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, told colleagues that President Donald J. Trump was complaining that the vice president was being whisked to safety. He was mad that the man was being took to safety, complaining about it. Why would the chief of staff say this, y'all? Somebody Trump hired. Oh, I guess he done went to the left-wing media. Anyway, according to an account provided by the White House committee investigating January 6th, then told colleagues that Mr. Trump had said something to the effect of maybe Mr. Pence should be hanged. This is what his chief of staff is saying. Not the left-wing media. This is what this man told Congress.
To safety, being January 6th, of maybe Pence should. All surprised about this?
I don't know.
Sling TV is the best place to watch live.
And it's just, like I say, the devil is in the details.
Like if it was on tape, it would
point.
Like it's for Putin, and he's a killer criminal. They and we're letting
this person or that person. You know, many white and
explode.
Loves the division. He instigates the division. He calls for violence. In fact, let me give you more from the story. Trump, watching television throughout the riot, spoke approvingly of those chants as he discussed them with Meadows and possibly other aides, according to the testimony that the committee has heard.
So these people are testifying to the committee about what this man was doing during this uprising. He could stop it at the snap of a finger, but just chose to let it go. While people are hollering about hanging his vice president. While people are breaking into, the cops are needing backup from the National Guard and can't get it. But they can get the National Guard when he want to take a picture. Little mom boss. Let me see. And see, his own people was the ones that told what really happened. Now here's that brave officer helping out Mitt Romney. Since we want to see the footage, that the 40,000 hours of footage, that the unseen footage. Let's see some of it.
Already considered a hero even before the impeachment matter. Thinking where
it's fast for Senator Mitt Romney, who's there at the bottom of the screen in this never before
now
fast.
Look, remember they said if they would have got their hands
of Officer Eugene Goodman on January 6th.
On any of these guys, they would have killed them, right? If they would have got their hands on anybody, they would have killed them. So they
one of those stories where you're going to
Mitt Romney, the former presidential candidate,
want to look at your screen if you're not already.
Now, here's that officer that had to lead those guys away from where the Congress room was. It was about a good 10, 20 of them. So like y'all said, you might be right. There is a small portion of it. But like I said, there's 500 people charged. But here's the officer right here. He's sprinting down here because Mitt Romney don't know what's going on. He's walking down here. And if these guys were so fucking peaceful, why the hell would a police officer, have to warn him to go the hell away? That's where we come to Tucker Carlson line ass again. And we're going to go over Tucker Carlson video just to end this out.
It happens fast for Senator Mitt Romney, who's there at the bottom of the screen in this never-before-seen security footage. He's
never before seen security footage. Like I say, there's going to be a whole bunch of footage. Like, yeah, there might be 40,000 hours, but damn, that's from every single angle. So if I show y'all this angle right here, do I need to show y'all the angle from the other side too? Do I need to show y'all the angle from above the door up here? Did I need to show y'all the angle that's from over here? Do I need to show y'all the angle that's from over here? Do I need to show y'all the angle that's back here? Do I need to show y'all the angle that's over here too? I mean, come on now. All I gotta do is show you this angle right here. You see what the fuck just happened right here. I don't need to show you the other 5, 6, 10 cameras that's in this damn hallway. I'm just saying.
walking out of the Senate chamber, trying to get to his smaller office in the Capitol building during the insurrection. Now look at the other end of the hall. That's office.
Like I say, there's cameras everywhere. Now we're looking at the other end of the hall. Never before seen footage.
Sir Eugene Goodman sprinting to respond to the riot. As he passes Romney, barely breaking stride, he directs the senator to turn around.
That man ain't never ran that. Man, that man ain't ran that fast in his life at this age. Man, please. That man sprinting down that hallway. Shit got real.
Romney does and starts to run.
You done made an old man Romney start running.
Watch again how fast it happens.
Officer Goodman came and saw me and said, "Go back in. It's not safe here. Go back in. You'll be safer in the chamber."
Romney had been a frequent target of Donald Trump's and a familiar one, in all likelihood, to Trump's supporters in that mob primed for violence. So this split-second encounter may have prevented a much more troubling outcome. The senator had not seen this video before it was played at the impeachment trial and didn't know it was Goodman who helped him.
A lot of them didn't even know.
He says he spoke with the officer late yesterday.
I expressed my appreciation to him for coming to my aid and getting me back into...
He didn't even know he was walking into danger. Didn't even know. They said they would have killed anybody they would have caught.
The path of safety and expressed my appreciation for all that he did that day.
Goodman sharing with Romney how exhausted he was January 6th, running through the building up and down stairs to try to keep the riot.
Now this is a black man that's being chased. He's running through the building trying to warn people. He's been chased by this small group of people that said they was gonna kill a guy.
Fighters at bay, like in this now well-known footage. It shows Goodman luring the crowd away from the chamber where senators like Romney had been huddling, leading them right to police backup. Goodman, now honored as a hero, escorting Vice President Kamala Harris to the inauguration ceremony last month, and a bipartisan group of lawmakers has introduced a bill to award Goodman the Congressional Gold Medal to honor what's obvious from these images: Officer Goodman's bravery, quick thinking, and poise under pressure.
Now, how much of that footage do we need to see from all kind of angles? Do we need to see that footage from all? How many angles do we want to see that footage? How many angles did we not see of that footage? I'm pretty sure there's in a lot of that missing footage. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of him running through the motherfucking goddamn Congress building, trying to keep these folks safe. I bet there's a lot of that on that damn footage. We didn't see Tucker Carlson showing that, did he? Well, yeah. Black man.
Goodman is also an Army veteran who served in Iraq. He has very much stayed out of the spotlight. And even though he's not doing much talking himself, plenty of people are.
He ain't have to run in there with fucking paint on his face. And all kind of crazy shit. Now, let me go over one more thing, then I'm going to open up the chat. I think I done got through a lot of the unseen footage. We know what Trump talked about before. That sparked it up. We've seen the unseen footage. Now let's see what Tucker Carlson actually said without anybody else's, opinion, and I'll just, I'm gonna just review the unseen footage that Tucker Carlson say that will change our mind. Let's see if it's something different that he's gonna show. So what we see right here, we already seen before. We seen people breaking in like they shouldn't be doing.
These are the pictures you've seen of January 6th. They're familiar because they've been playing on a loop on every media outlet in America for the last 2 years. There's a reason for that.
Because that's kind of what the fuck was going on. People want you to look at all of this right here and say, hey, that was just a small group of people. That really didn't happen. It wasn't that bad.
But it turns out there's quite a...
Now, what we have here is very suspect. Now, this is earlier before things got out of control outside. So at first, these officers are having to discover that there is a higher authority that's allowing these Proud Boys, as they call themselves, to come here and get special attention. Me and Kwame Brown and a couple of Black Thoughts, we wouldn't be able to do this right here. Out of my speaks, me, you, Kwame Brown, Black Thoughts, we wouldn't be able to do this right here. That's my point right now. This is a special privilege.
Bit of video you haven't seen, and that video tells a very different story about what...
Now, what we just seen right here,
quite a bit of video you haven't seen.
This is not what that dude that just walked in there, that was a regular guy in the crowd with his cell phone. There was people all over here. This is not... See, Tucker Carlson is being deceptive right now. You're showing before the shit. Before shit went down.
And that video tells a very different story about what happened on January 6th.
Now, this is possibly after, because shit is all over the place now. Well, that could have been after too, but once people left, yeah, you're not showing in the mix of the chaos. Of course you're gonna show goddamn. Of course there's 40,000 hours of people, the people that wasn't being violent. Yeah, those are probably the people that are around now. But they're still running around here like they fucking stay here. With the fucking Trump flag and shit, like they cold and shit.
And 40,000 hours of surveillance footage from in and around the Capitol have
40,000 hours of in and around the Capitol of a lot of times people just standing around. So how many hours would you get from this view right here, just looking at these people that's standing around outside? 24 hours. There's a camera on the left. There's a camera on the right. There's a camera. There's probably, how many cameras do y'all assume that surrounds the outside of this building? Outside of this building, y'all. There's probably, I don't know, probably 50 fucking cameras around that goddamn building, probably more. Do you need all the footage of, if you've seen it once from this angle, you've seen it from the other angle? They're doing the same fucking shit. The same shit. This shit shouldn't be this hard to explain.
Have been withheld from the public. And once you see the video, you'll understand why. Taken as a whole, the video record does not support the claim that January 6th was an insurrection. In fact, it demolishes that claim. And that's exactly why the Democratic Party and its allies in the media prevented you from seeing it. By controlling the images you were allowed to view from January 6th, they controlled how the public understood that day. They could lie about what happened, and you would never know.
So this is a lie. These people are not out here doing
the difference. Those lies had a purpose. They created a pretext for a federal crackdown on opponents of the Uniparty in Washington.
Our office wanted to ensure that there was shock and awe, that we could charge as many people as possible.
The first thing you notice from...
Now, we're looking at this video. We done seen this from 3 different angles, y'all. We seen this from that guy, because remember the guy, he's around here somewhere. We seen those guys that were beating on this window, breaking in this window. We seen those guys that were beating on this door, breaking in this door. We seen that one guy that he was waiting on them to get in that door. And when they started coming in, yeah, people were walking in slowly, taking pictures, looking like normal people. But we seen what they had to do to get in that door. We can't ignore that.
Viewing the full video record of January 6th is just how many people entered the Capitol building that day. Hundreds and hundreds of people, possibly thousands, over the course of about 2 hours. The crowd was enormous. A small percentage of them were hooligans. They committed vandalism. You've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful. They were orderly and meek. These were not...
Okay, but does that cover for the people who were there for violence? And these people still had to witness violence being forced for them to be able to come in here and be peaceful. Like these guys are in here looking at damn papers and all that shit. They knew what was done for them to be able to come in there and do that. So you are accessory to the crime, sir. Sorry. That's like somebody breaking into a damn store, but you coming in after they done broke in and be like, oh, I was just in here just, reading a magazine on the shelf. No, motherfucker, you are breaking and entering. You didn't have to break in to do it, but you're in here.
Not insurrectionists, they were sightseers. Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story.
Now, more misleading information. You're showing after everybody done fucking left, obviously. Duh. When you gonna start showing this unseen footage? You're showing unseen footage of shit that's irrelevant. No wonder nobody's seen this shit. It's fucking irrelevant. It's where all the chaos left. Everybody's gone. Why do we need to see 40,000 hours of people just walking around after the shit done went down or before the shit went down? What's the purpose? Come on now. Talk to me, people.
Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile. They're not destroying the Capitol. They obviously revere the Capitol.
They're not destroying the Capitol. This is after these folks just broke the window and broke through the door. Do y'all see where this man is being misleading? Should I show more?
Capitol.
This is a grade A wabbit. Wabbitry didn't start in the Kwame Brown sector. Wabbitry been happening on Fox News.
They're there because they believe the election was stolen from them.
They're there because they're goddamn, they're breaking the law. They don't believe that bullshit. You don't believe that bullshit. The proof is in your text. They believe something that somebody just sat right down the road and decided to them.
They believe in the system. Here's the man you've heard referred to as the QAnon shaman outside the Senate chamber.
That's the man that just got 4 years.
These are not rioters. These are people who wandered over from a political rally.
They wandered over, y'all.
Will not let them silence your voices.
After the rally, they walked down Pennsylvania Avenue, where organizers had secured a federal permit to hold a legal rally on the grounds of the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon.
Well, organizers, I wonder who the fuck those organizers would decide to, on the day of reviewing election fraud, for the person that's going to have a rally down the road and tell you how much gas you up about and tell you that you should walk down there. He's going to be with you to make you feel comfortable about going down there and doing this. That he's going to be with you. Rudy Giuliani got up there. Gassed him up also. Now we want to act like we didn't see this.
Soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Once at the Capitol building, things began to get chaotic. Capitol police officers fired tear gas into the crowd. A few at the front of the herd.
Now, he just said these people just came in here peacefully, but we just watched this dude jump through here. We watched the officers. Now they retreating. We see the window over here being broken through. What part of this shit here is he talking about? People are just peacefully walking through.
Broke windows. Someone opened the doors, and many hundreds of others.
They came through the back door because they were let in by, maybe, like y'all said, FBI agents. They just kicked that door open and let them people in.
Just walked in.
They just walked in. Hold on. Did they just walk in? Y'all see these guys? These guys right here? What they just about to do?
Someone opened
the door. No. This guy has on a bulletproof vest, y'all. These guys got book bags.
Opened the doors, and
someone broke the door.
Hundreds of others just walked in. Of course, they did make it the story. And at the center of it, the single most famous person arrested that day was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley, often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman. QAnon shaman.
Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist, outlandish costume, who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy.
He wanted to overthrow American democracy. And just because he joined the military, we're supposed to be excusing of his behavior.
For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is...
Now, as we can see, as he's coming in here, it's before the storming of it. So he was allowed in there as, you know, a guest, a visitor.
Is very
and as you can see, he got escorted. For somebody important,
every
make sure he got in there.
Moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber.
I definitely agree here now. And this should be questioned.
Capitol
because
police
they are
officers
working
take
for him
him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down.
This is somebody that works for somebody very powerful.
Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers.
Now, remind y'all, he's on the Senate. This is not a real Senate. This is not where Congress is in here. They're not letting him talk. This is after the Congress done got the hell on. And they're impeding on Congress to check the re-election.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th, the indisputable facts recorded on video, some of which has never before been seen, with the depiction of Jacob Chansley that you've seen in the media for more than...
Yes, and I totally understand why they wouldn't put that out, because the fact that you have to make sure this man is charged, and the people who were responsible for allowing him to come in there, the investigation must go on. So that usually does not go out to the public. But there's nothing been, I think the only thing that's showing that has been hidden is that there was somebody that was way more powerful than those officers that had to make sure that he was allowed to come through. And I'm almost done. I'm about to let you speak.
In 2 years. He's a terrorist, they said. He should be killed.
Shoot him.
See what Tucker Carlson is also doing? He's going all around the map instead of showing us video footage that we've never seen. Why didn't he just make this a series about showing us all the shit we haven't seen? Since there's 4,000 hours worth of footage. But instead, he's just trying to, manipulate.
Makes you wonder who are the violent extremists here? Not Jacob Chansley. And the video proves that. But you would never have known from the media coverage.
The people sitting in the chairs need to be sitting in a jail cell.
Chansley is in a jail cell. He's been there for months. If he was in fact committing such a grave crime, why didn't the officers who were standing right next to him place him under arrest? Until now, no one could even prove that even happened, but it did.
And that proves that this was an inside job. We appreciate you exposing that it was an inside job. But we also proved that you didn't even believe that this election was stolen also. That's right now why you're on trial. But what's good, brother? What you got to say in the situation?
What's going on, man? What's going on? So you agreed with most of what Tucker Carlson said. That's why I'm confused as to what I guess I need to know what your disagreement is with him.
My disagreement with him is him saying that this was mostly a peaceful situation. Him carrying the narrative that this situation was more peaceful than it was violent, and that's just
but you
not
said
true.
The same thing.
No, I said there was some
earlier.
people. I said there was some people that was peaceful, but it turned out more violent than it was peaceful.
Okay, got you. All right, so you gave an example earlier. You said that there was about 16,000 people or 10,000, however many it is, and if it was 1,000 people who got in there and were violent, it was still mostly peaceful, right? You have to take into consideration the volume.
Well, it depends on like the ratio of people. Okay, so say you only got what? How many Congress members was in there? Maybe 50, 100, but you got 1,000 people in here willing to potentially do harm to you. So 500 people were charged with a crime.
Right, but over 300 of those was just trespassing.
Okay, but they were doing they were
definitely in the wrong.
They were people that you don't know if they came to do harm or they came to just take pictures.
Well,
because
we do know that
the people were outside hollering, "Hang Mike Pence." So we gotta assume that y'all are coming to do harm. Then they said that if they would have got their hands on anybody, they would have killed them.
But they didn't.
That's because they didn't get their hands on them. Thank God
They
that
had all
cop.
the officers
Thank
in the
God
hallway.
that cop did what he did because people could have died.
So something you said earlier about the lieutenant, you were kind of dismissing what he said when he's the one who cleared out Congress. He's the one who did that.
He's the black dude?
Yeah, Tarek Johnson. He's the
talking-
lieutenant.
I was
He's the
talking
one
about
who
the-
cleared.
Oh, he was the one that let them know to get out of there?
Yes. So what he said is when it started happening, when the people started breaking in, he made the decision to clear out the chambers because when he started making calls, nobody responded. So when he was calling the chief and he was calling all the upper echelon people, no one responded. So he was like, he couldn't figure out what was happening because all day, all they do is communicate that way. No one responded. So he made a unilateral decision to clear all of them out by himself. So you see them running down the hallway, that footage was all not shown to us. So when you talk about not needing to see all the footage, that is a detail that's very important. And we all saw one person running, but they didn't show that he cleared all of Congress. So nobody
But what
ever
does that
disputed
tell
that
us,
there was
though?
violence.
What does that tell us? That tells
us.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that tells us the severity of the danger. I mean, that's all that's telling us. He cleared them out because the severity of it. So for Tucker Carlson to say that it was mostly peaceful, why would somebody have to clear out the Congress if it was going to be just a peaceful protest?
But so this is not Tucker Carlson. He sat down with Tucker Carlson and told him this. So it's not like they're conflicting in what they're saying. He agreed that most of the people were peaceful, but it got really violent. So both of those things can happen at the same time. So the problem is when everyone's saying that Tucker's downplaying it, he's not. He said, this is the part that you did not see. We saw the violence. Everybody knows there was violence. Nobody disputed it. So all your lead up to this, you weren't saying anything that anyone disagreed with. We all know it was violent. But the question was, how many were violent versus how many were not? And that's all he was saying on that whole. He's done 4 episodes now on this topic. He has said every episode there were violent people there. It was terrible. Police got hurt. That is not good. And then he said, but this also happened and this was never reported. That's the point of all of this. It's not to say that it was not violent.
Okay, but it wasn't. But it wasn't reported that some people came in there and they knew the type of violence that it took to get in there. But they came in there and they came in there to take pictures. They came in there to steal documents, things of that nature.
That's the trespassing part. That's why they got charged, and they should have got charged because they should not have trespassed. But that doesn't mean those people came in to overthrow the government. So they oversold it to us by saying that these people try to do an insurrection. Insurrection means
the people that were trying to find the congressmen, they were trying to overthrow the government.
They didn't have weapons. How can you overthrow the government without guns?
From what they say, they did have weapons. And
they
had enough weapons. They had enough weapons to overpower the police.
No, they had enough people to overpower the police.
Well, that's
but nobody went in there waving guns. Nobody. There was no shots.
You don't
fired
need a gun to
except by
kill
the police.
somebody though. They was hollering, "Hang Mike Pence." They had rope.
Yeah, those are the people who were inciting, but they didn't do anything once they got in.
But because they
Nobody
didn't find
got
it,
injured.
they didn't find
I mean,
their
not
target.
injured. I'm sorry. People did get.
That's because they
injured.
didn't
I'm
find
sorry.
their target though.
What do you mean that's because they didn't find their target? They were in there before
they
he
wanted
cleared it.
So you're saying that they would have found, and say they would have went in there, and that officer wouldn't have steered them the other way, and they end up running into, let's say, Nancy Pelosi. You don't think they would have?
Neither of us can speak
her?
to that, though. Neither of us can speak to that. Neither of us can speak to that because we don't know. What we do know are the
But
facts.
that was,
like
we
you
know
said.
that was their intention, though.
How do you know what their intentions were if they
That's
didn't
what
do
they
it?
said.
That's what people were chanting.
So
that
that's
doesn't
their
mean that
intention
they.
then.
So their intention was to get in and harm people, right?
Right.
But they didn't do it. And you're saying, yeah,
Well,
but their intentions
that's like you said
should
somebody
do what?
comes to your house, they come to kill you, but you just happen to slip out the back door. Did that
Right.
person still not come and put your life in danger?
Perfect example. If that happens, do you charge them with attempted murder or trespass?
Hell yeah.
No, you can't charge them with attempted murder because they said.
Well, you can't charge
they
them
have
with
to
attempted
actually
murder,
do
but you can
something.
charge them with home invasion.
You could, yes, which is trespassing on that larger scale, and that's what they got charged with.
True that.
Correct.
And yeah, true, because nobody actually got hurt, and luckily people acted fast. But at the same time, you still got to recognize the potential of what could have happened.
Well,
you have to learn from that.
And they did learn from it, but we're talking about potential now. I thought we were just talking about the facts of what actually.
You're right.
happened.
You're right, and you're definitely right. They can't literally charge them with assault because they didn't assault. But the people who did assault those police officers when they
got charged
to get in,
they should be under the prison. They should be under the prison.
Right.
So again, Tucker Carlson never said they shouldn't. He was only giving another perspective that no one saw because they refused to release that extra footage.
But the extra footage that no one saw, it really didn't show people doing anything. Of course,
that's the point.
No one needs to see. Like that's like saying,
No.
we got a robbery. You did a robbery at a store. We're gonna show 2 hours before the robbery when people just coming in buying stuff. Like
But that's
it's
not
not
what-
relevant to the case. That's why no one.
It absolutely is relevant. And I'll tell you why it's relevant. The dude who's doing 4 years, up to Monday, everyone thought that he was the leader of this insurrection and he was this violent person. But we now know for a fact. He has all the videos showing that he was being guided around. So was he the leader of this insurrection and was he a violent person? Can we start there?
No, he was not the top leader. But that opens up another door that he was being that he definitely had permission from somebody that had power.
Exactly.
We can definitely say me or you couldn't have did that.
No, yeah, of course not. No way. No how. No way. But so you're agreeing with Tucker Carlson though right now. That we needed to know that so we can get to the next level of how can this possibly happen and how can we prevent it. What you're also making a point that we don't need that information, and that's the only reason I came over here. Even this morning, I was like, man, we got to talk about this.
You make a great point. You know what I'm saying? You make a great point because I do agree with you that I'm kind of agreeing with him in some kind of way that we did not see that this guy was being assisted by a police officer, and it really opens up the question: who was guiding those police? Who was telling those police officers don't fuck with that guy there?
It's extremely important. I'm sorry, my AC just came.
No, you're definitely right. Who was telling those police officers that guy that is about to come? He got a pass.
Yeah. So,
but at the same time,
to see that
somebody had to leave him hanging because he still end up getting time.
Yeah.
So if he had that kind of pull, why is he still end up getting 4 years?
He doesn't have pulls. So here's the crazy part. He's got mental issues now. So when he was presented to his, I don't know if it was a jury trial or if he just went straight to the judge. He didn't even have access to this footage to prove that he was innocent. He said he was there to do what he did. He literally prayed for the police officers for letting them in. It's
what
on
do you
video.
think they meant when they said we did our job?
Excuse me?
What do you think they meant when they said we did our job? We did our part.
Who? The people who broke the doors open?
Yeah, when they said we did
That's
our
all they
part.
wanted to do. That's all they wanted to do. So if you listen to Tarek Johnson, go back and listen to him, because he, to me, is the most important person. He was the lieutenant who was there, who made the decision to clear chambers. He's the one who said that he could not communicate with the chief. He's the one who said that he literally had to fight through people. That somebody, as he was fighting through the people, put a Trump hat on him. He left the Trump hat on himself so that he can get through the crowd. This dude is a hero. That allowed him to help other officers get away to safety. He literally had to leave a hat on that he didn't even want. But when the dude tried to take it back from him, he said, hey, I need this. I got to help some people. He got up into the chambers, and he actually saved lives that day. He was never interviewed by the committee, and that was why he sat down with Tucker Carlson. He said, nobody interviewed me to this day. It's been 2 years and 2 trials.
I seen that interview.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they interview the one man there who was making all the calls, who was in charge of security? What else did he say? He said, we were not prepared because we were not in on any of the information that the FBI said that they had. They said they knew 15 days in advance, at least. But they didn't tell him. He's in charge. Why wouldn't you tell him?
Well, wouldn't the chief be in charge, though?
What's that?
Wouldn't the chief be in charge?
Yes, but he's upper management. So here's how I look at it. I've been in retail management forever. We'll just say the lieutenant is like the general manager. He's in the store doing stuff. The chief would be like the DM. He's not there. He's just in charge. Right. He was never in the building. So everything he says is to cover his own ass. He's not, he has to make it look like they were prepared and they were overrun, while the lieutenant is saying, well, wait a minute, we were not prepared. We got overrun. So nobody denied that there was violence. But the real question is, what Tucker's trying to expose is, how did this happen? If you're saying it's all violent, and we have footage saying it wasn't, and you guys are escorting a guy around. He went through 9 people, 9 officers, and nobody stopped him. They originally said that they didn't stop him because they were trying to de-escalate. But when you look at it, they weren't even looking up, dude. Some of the people were on their phones. Some of the police were on their phones. So what's the real story is what Tucker's trying to do, and he's done it for 4 days straight. All they've done is smear this man. And I get it. They hate him. They've always hated him. He hates them. That's right versus left. That's not what I'm concerned with. I'm trying to figure out what happened. So
but it kind of seemed like they're the right is kind of throwing them under the bus also.
No. The right's not. It's not the right. So when Mitch McConnell is not a conservative. He is a. If there ever was a rhino, it's him. Him, Romney, all the dudes who spoke up, they are not Republicans. They are used by the Democrats to say, oh, look, even the right is disagreeing with you. They are not. He is not.
I don't know about all that now, because I watched Mitch McConnell tell Barack Obama, we're going to make sure ain't shit going to go through you. I've seen him take some hard right turns.
So he has right leanings, but he's no different than most of the. If you look at all the Democrats and the Republicans, they all are pretty much the same. There's only going to be like maybe 15-20 on one side and 15-20 on the other side that are extreme. Mitch McConnell is right down the middle. Mitt Romney is right down the middle. Those dudes are not Republican. They're Republican in name only. That's what rhino means. They are not conservatives. They do not care what conservatives believe. They do not care what Democrats believe, because their interest is to be in power. That's why he's been in office for 20 years. His job is to stay in office.
Well, my main thing is the resurrection. It happened because of the election claim. Yes. And when it happened, Fox News and people like Tucker Carlson banged on that tambourine for a long time of the election was stolen. Now,
but what's wrong with believing what you believe and trying to get
there's nothing wrong with, but like I said, an opinion, the difference between a fact and an opinion is a fact is backed by evidence.
Yes.
So you can believe something, but it's not backed by evidence. You gotta, it's like to sit there and spread the false narrative on a large platform is irresponsible.
But why? How is that a false narrative? You're saying what your opinion is.
Because it's not really his opinion. He know he's lying about it. He don't even believe that.
Okay. He never claimed to believe it though. He's never said he was a Trump fan. He's never said that I believe the election was stolen. Every time he talks about it, he says, these are people who believe their election was stolen. That's how he phrases it every time. He's openly said that he did not see enough proof. So what he does, again, is he's speaking on people who do believe that behalf. That's his job. He's not an anchor. He's not a journalist. He's an opinion guy who happens to be slightly to the right. He's not even far right. He has a lot of left-wing ideas. So the only reason they released those texts on Tuesday is because what he put out on Monday. They're trying to distract everybody and say, oh, wait, he doesn't even like the Fox base. What difference, what does that have to do with this footage that this man put out there? That this dude got escorted through the Capitol when we were told he's the boogeyman? Nothing. But
You're
they
right.
throw that out there to distract.
And they definitely need to explain why this guy was able to walk through there like that. You know what I mean? I could see that there wasn't a lot of people coming through, but it's like they were giving him a special escort.
Yeah.
To make sure he found who he needed. They tried to let him in locked doors and all kind of shit. So he obviously knew somebody that was very powerful.
Yeah. I don't know if that's it or if they just had a scapegoat for him. Because he wouldn't be doing time if he was that powerful. Plus, if you ever hear him speak, he's kind of off. He's kind of off.
Right.
He's not all there.
See, that's the only thing that's weird is he wouldn't be doing time if he had that kind of power. But they definitely treated him with some kind of
They threw the
special
book
respect.
at that man.
Right.
And so back to Tucker. They're not answering any of the questions about what he said. They're attacking him. And they're saying he doesn't believe what he's saying. This is all like he's spreading propaganda. Okay, but you guys only fed us the violence part. We didn't see any peace. So how is it not picking and choosing when you guys do it, but it's picking and choosing when he does it? Both of you guys are picking and choosing, in my opinion. But I would rather see both sides than have you saying that this was 9/11 or Pearl Harbor, and then I find out, oh, this is just another riot.
Okay, you make a valid point. You definitely make a valid point. Because they did make sure that they pinned everything on him, made him like he was the most, terroristic person in the world and all that. So I can agree to, instead of talking about how it was, spread it out through, multiple people and stuff like that. So I get what you're saying.
I just don't. Yeah. So that's why earlier I said in the chat, I was like, I disagree, but just not in the way you think, because everything you were arguing, I didn't disagree with most of it. Some of it I do, but most of it is really, for me, the bottom line is what really happened. I want to see the footage because I want to know what happened. I don't care if it's blank footage of just the hallway for 3 hours.
Right.
If something in there helps me know that, oh, it wasn't all violence, I want to see it. I don't see why not, especially if I'm locked up for 2 years like a lot of these people are. I want to see everything. And a lot of those people were put in, they didn't have access to any of this information. The dude doing 4 years did not have any of this footage. How is that American? Like, how can you be in jail for 4 years and not have access to footage that literally lets you off the hook?
True.
That tells me they wanted to bury him. They wanted to bury the story.
Hey, you got a valid point there, bro. Definitely got a valid point there.
But
I'm
man,
glad you came up to get past that point.
Yeah, I really appreciate you, dude. Been following you since you started coming on KBs, and we had got into it, but only in the chat on politics, and you never really can get across what you're trying to say in the chat.
Nah. That's why I'd rather people come up and talk, because it could be a misunderstanding. But I think you definitely got a valid point.
And that's why I respect you, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for letting me up, man.
Salute to you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
And that's how you can have good debates, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have different point of views, sometimes you can come to an agreement, man. It might be something that you didn't think about. So he definitely had a solid argument. I still think Trump had something to do with it, but I can't prove that. Only thing you can prove is what the what they call the dog whistles from the rally. But It's all plausible deniability. But that guy did get walked through, and that's gonna be the $1 million question. How can y'all walk this man through? And why that footage wasn't out? Why that man went to trial? Because it opens up the question, why did you let him through? But we did see a lot of people being violent, but we didn't see the people who wasn't being violent. I can agree to that. But I think it was very important. I think it was very important to see the violence of the situation. People don't really show all the other stuff, but it should be accessible. So there's places where I agree, and there's places where, there's, a flip of a coin. But anyway, y'all, it's all up in the air, man. We all live our life, it's just politics, man. Don't let it go to heart. Don't let it, ruin any good relationships in life. We should never let these conversations about politics or whatever ruin good relationships. You can disagree with people. You can agree with people. Just because you disagree in one spot, that don't mean you can't agree in another spot. And it kind of balances itself out sometimes. But y'all have a great night, man. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate y'all having a conversation. I'm Wick Made now. I'm gonna be out y'all area, man. Y'all make sure you hit the like button, man. Y'all make sure to leave a comment. I'll see y'all in the next round. I'm out of here, y'all.
Come about 100 miles, you can look and tell I be having it. Ever since I jumped off the porch, I took an oath to go after it. Guacamole, that's fettuccine. In the kitchen with the stove heat, water running, money coming. I'm moving up just like Georgia Weezy. Please believe it, I'm certified. So hard from 99. I done took about 100 losses, but they came up about 1,000 times. This right here, that real shit. Mid-time of this deal is them niggas that they.